Detroit media icon Ryan Ermanni, University of Michigan great Braylon Edwards, and of course, Maz are about to take over on Woodward Sports. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m., it's the best Detroit sports talk on Detroit's best sports network, Woodward Sports.
Welcome into Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Did you see the new opening? Shout out to the people in. Well, it's the first time I actually dialed in and paid attention to it, man. So I dialed in and paid attention to it. I saw it. It's great energy. Ryan looking good. These are newer clips. Myself, this was a week ago it was, and then Tom Mazaway looking wonderful as always. That's not Ryan Ermanni. It's my man Stick. How are you doing on this? D-Mac, 28 years later, you see what it is. Stick, how you doing? Take me back to where you were when D-Mac beat the you-know-what out of Claude Lemieux and jump-started the toughness era of the Red Wings.
If I remember correctly, I was at a house party from a girl from Walled Lake Central.
That sounds like Stick. That sounds like my boy.
Because I was 16 years old about this time, and the Red Wings were just really starting to trend up, and that moment transcended everything. I mean, I'm not the biggest hockey fan in the world. I wasn't growing up. It was a sport that was a little too expensive for my family to get me involved in. My mom's like, you already play football, baseball, and basketball. We're not getting up at 4 a.m. for you to play hockey. It's just not going to happen. Loved, though, the Red Wings when they were doing it, just the party going nuts, everybody having fun, and just the amount of people that had pictures of Osgood on their wall and Vernon after that whole fiasco, then Shanahan, then, of course, Darren McCarty, right? Yeah, the guy, like, just an absolute legend. If you would have told my 16-year-old self that, hey, when you're 43, you and D-Mac are going to be teammates at a sports network, right? I never would believe it, but that man right there, I'm so glad he had this moment. He was built for that moment, and you work with him every day now, too. You see that. He's just doing that for his teammate. That had nothing to do with Darren McCarty. That's the best part about that. That had everything to do with him getting retribution on one of a guy who messed up his best friend.
Yeah, no, you know what, watching this, and this, again, you never want to bring it. The great thing about this moment, 95, I try to get all my boys to watch hockey. I'm like, yo, you got to watch the Red Wings. I'm like, look, bro, it's not some white stuff. I said, it's legit. I said, if you like dribbling, crossovers, the whole thing. I said, look, it's the same thing with puck. Puck skill is like dribbling the basketball. I said, the scoring is elite. We got this guy by the name of Sergei Fedorov. Tap into the sport. They didn't want to tap in. They said, nah, we're not buying it. And then when this happened, it changed the dynamic. Yeah, you see people fighting, but when you see your team fighting, then you see your city, and then you see your city winning. This was a pivotal moment where it kind of unified at least the people that I try to get to watch sport. P, where were you? What was your feeling when you saw this go down?
I was at Marge's Bar. I was at Marge's Bar in Grosse Pointe Park, baby. I'm going to tell you something right now because I was feeling the pain of 1996 and seeing Draper get his face smashed into those boards. And to see D-Mac absolutely turtle that Claude fraud Lemieux, it was absolutely wonderful, and it was just so emotionally satisfying because I went through the Dead Wings era. I went through all that crap. And then Jacques Demers came in. You saw a little bit of ray of light of hope, and then it got better from there. So that was my crowning moment of being a young adult, baby. That's what it meant to me. It meant everything to me. And D-Mac is the man. Go number 25. What do you think, Bray?
We're going to save Tom Mazaway for last. He's going to take us through that moment as he was actually in attendance when this happened.
Maz was there.
But just look at this. This is what's so great about this captivating picture as I stand up if you guys can't see me. You see him hunched over, you see the fetal position. He gave up. D-Mac is trying to find an angle. He's trying to find an angle to hit him again, but Claude Lemieux had already given up. Ricky Burns. This was exciting.
Yeah, I know. Another thing I love about this picture is that his boys are on the way. Like, he don't need them. Look, he obviously doesn't need help. But his boys are coming. Well, I was 7 when this happened, so I'm pretty sure I was asleep.
Good old Brendan.
But this was the team when I moved to Farmington Hills, and all my friends were excited about the Red Wings. I had never seen a game.
When I moved to Farmington Hills.
Yeah, right. We did. We moved on up.
Nice caveat.
This is like the Kennedy assassination of Ricky.
This is a pewter. Was this the pewter who shot this? Or?
Well, we now know exactly what happened with the Kennedy assassination. Tom Mazaway, I bring you in to close the deal 28 years ago. What did this do for you, and what did it do for Red Wing hockey?
What are you kidding, man? We were the flagship of the Red Wings. Lucky enough back then I started my career at a WJR. So our studio, we called it Studio P because it was a bathroom literally across from the locker room at the Joe Louis Arena. So we stood right there in the tunnel when this went on, and right next to the bench. And you see Mike Vernon coming up. He's ready for some action. You see Brendan Shanahan, the protector. Adam Foote's coming after him. It was an amazing, amazing night. Without this night, you do not have the Stanley Cups that follow that year and the year after. And, of course, you can take it off the history.
Four after
D-Mac
that.
has won
Right.
4 of them.
Yep.
He's just the lucky charm. He is the ultimate heavyweight here. Bob Probert, Joey Kolcher.
Glad you mentioned Bob Probert. Got
Come
something
on,
for you
man. That's
later.
the big 3 right there. Gordie Howe, obviously,
Yeah.
the grandfather, the godfather of all of them. But that was a true payback for what they did to Chris Draper the year prior to that. And you know what? Avalanche won that year. It propelled them to win. They swept the Panthers that year in '96. But we call it sweet revenge for a reason.
Yeah, no, and the cool thing about it is I know I was new to hockey in '97, having started in '95, but it was the first time I ever saw goalies super get involved into a rivalry. Like, goalies got into the rivalry. Vernon in this game and Osgood Wood later, man. Just it was fun. Like this is you're talking about the childhood. Like this was dope. Like the Red Wings, Hockey Town. I remember when Hockey Town was born. I remember everything was Hockey Town. It was the transition.
Hockey Town.
Every year
Hockey
we
Town was
song.
just like, all right, cool footballs. It was like, all right, the Pistons are done. We need something else, and it was Red Wings.
We did that event, 2 years ago with Claude Lemieux
that
at
was
Fifth
great.
Avenue in Royal Oak, where him and D-Mac rewatched the game and kind of walked you through their thoughts.
He was
It
great.
Oh, that's
was
great.
one of the coolest. It's up on our Woodward. If you guys want to search it, it's up on our YouTube page.
We
But
should
the
probably
thing,
refresh it today and put it on
we
top.
we refreshed D-Mac explaining the whole
Good.
rivalry.
Yeah,
that's the
that's-
one we posted.
that's a
today.
good
But
one.
I like where your head's at.
Thanks,
man.
buddy.
Yeah, you're getting the hang of this.
Yeah, right on.
4 years in.
40 from there.
I'm aging backwards.
He's the Benjamin Button of Woodward Sports.
Benjamin Button-Up.
But
what is
Claude
that internet?
Lemieux, during that back and forth with D-Mac, it gets to the third period. Claude, you're watching the game. Claude skates back out on the ice. He looks at D-Mac. He goes,
I don't remember that.
I don't remember being back on the ice after that. Like, Claude Lemieux literally, D-Mac blacked him out during that game to where he doesn't
was
even
on
remember.
autopilot.
And this was 25 years later.
Yeah.
If you would have asked him the day before he rewatched the game, he would have told you he never played again in that game.
That's crazy.
He's like, wait, I went back out?
There probably is an interview out there with him talking about how that was.
No,
probably
that's the interview we have with Woodward
got
Sports.
you.
We partnered with ESPN 2 years ago. So if you watch, what's it called?
Unrivaled.
Unrivaled. You'll see at the beginning. You'll see me adjusting a soundboard. You'll see my grandfather's Masonic ring adjusting the sound. And you hear me going, mic test. And then like during it, you'll see the Woodward Sports microphone when we're asking questions in the crowd.
Yeah.
Like ESPN did a really good job with that. They wanted to be a part of our event, and then they captured
It's
it
a
all.
fantastic documentary. You guys got to watch it. Tonight's the perfect night
Yeah,
to watch that.
It really is.
To watch that.
There's
That
nothing
is
else
it.
going
It
on.
is the anniversary. And if you guys remember, they were losing this game.
Yes, they were.
They came back and won it in overtime.
Wow.
Who scored the game-winning goal?
D-Man.
Come on.
100%.
And he
Wow.
scores the Stanley Cup game-winning, series-winning goal
Philadelphia
against the
Eagles,
Flyers.
Yeah, D-Mac
Just
is
unreal.
he's just that special. The cool thing about it to see is if you just watch this from a bird's eye view, you just think there's some brute beats up another brute. It's no big deal about it. But to watch how everyone feels about Darren McCarty, even his own his rivals, even the guys that he fought with, he jumped in the ring with, teammates, rivals, coaches, people in the media that have worked with him. Everybody has ever worked with him or been on his team has had the same thing to say. He is that guy. He is the best teammate, as Stick said earlier through text. He's the best teammate that you ever get, seconded by me. Seconded.
And a great friend.
He's and a great friend. Call him Big Bro for sure. Like, my mom loves him. She's always like, if she hasn't seen him in a while, how's Darren doing?
Why the
city loves
hell
him.
did they have to lose to those stinking Avalanche last night? I mean, they crapped the bed last night. You know what? They lose in Colorado. They just don't look like they have it. 12 games to go. They're still in it, guys. 3 points back. There's 4 teams to catch. The percentages aren't high, but if they win 10 of 12, I think they sneak into the playoffs.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Who knows?
Let's not sour the day or sour the Red Wings.
Can I get to one more D-Mac
Talking
story
about the
before we move
current
on?
Red
Of
Wings
course.
and what they're doing.
Because to me, this is besides this whole thing coming to fruition, obviously that's a cool part of D-Mac's life, but this is the coolest D-Mac story I know and I could tell anybody. So D-Mac grew up in Leamington, Ontario, which is about 30 minutes across the border.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's pretty much a Detroit guy, right? It's in our suburbs. It's, if you drive 30 minutes north, you're in Troy. You drive 30 minutes south, you're in Leamington, Ontario.
He's closer to us than Rochester is.
So him and his cousins, he had a cousin that was half a year younger and another one that was a year younger.
Yeah.
And they grew up. One was Toronto Maple Leafs fan, and D-Mac grew up a Red Wings fan. When they were 10 years old, D-Mac and his cousin had a bet playing pond hockey that the Red Wings would win a Stanley Cup before the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Ooh, he's still waiting.
Sweet.
The guy with the Toronto Maple Leafs is still waiting, but do you know who scored the game-winning goal to win that bet when he was 10 years old?
That's great.
He won his own bet from when he was 10 years old.
That's patience.
Now here's the game.
Isn't that one of the coolest stories ever, dude? You
Because
grow
that makes
up
him more
betting
the
on a
man.
team, and you're the one who scores the game-winning goal
was
to
that
give them
his
their
first
first Stanley Cup in
More the
forever.
man.
When he won, was that his first thought? I gotta ask him. that.
Yeah,
That probably was
I
his
haven't
first
asked him
thought.
that, but that to me, that's so cool.
Here's the kicker. What's the interest on the bet?
Right.
What's the interest on that bet? Is there
If you
inflation
scored
on that
the
bet?
winning goal, at that point it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
like
right.
the money means nothing. It's not only did we bet when we were
No,
10,
no.
I scored the goal.
I still need my
still need
$5
my
Right.
to validate that this bet was good. I still need my bread.
$5.
They bet loonies. They didn't bet dollars.
Okay, well,
loonies.
I need that.
I leave my 2 kilograms, whatever they got.
Well, you bought up anniversaries.
Dang, 2 kilos.
Kilos. What?
Ricky over here moving weight.
I don't know if you can get that across the border.
I cannot.
I got somebody.
I can attest. You cannot.
You can. Well, speaking of anniversaries, Maz, and speaking of something that we'll start off talking about, 2027, Detroit does have the Final Four. But you know what this is an anniversary of? The #1 watched college championship game of all time, Magic versus Bird.
Wow, today?
1979, March 26th.
Wow, they
It
actually
is
played
today.
a championship game in March.
Maz was there?
They played it
That's
today. Well, 79 it was for
I
sure.
was 17 watching that game.
What was that game like? Because the fact that we've had all the streaming and everything else and all the games and the viewership has grown, the fact that 1979 still is the largest watched championship game of all time, that has to say something, man.
It is amazing. And you know what? It got the NBA its kickstart that it's needed. It was on its deathbed, the NBA, when those two guys finally got
Finals
to,
was on tape delay.
Yep, tape delay. You're not kidding. That's a fact.
Can you imagine watching Can you imagine watching Steph and LeBron at 3 a.m?
When I was a kid and the Knicks played the Lakers
Well,
in the championship,
You got to remember, though, there wasn't like instant gratification. Nobody
True.
knew what the hell was going on. It was still a mystery to you.
well,
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Because it's on delay.
watching
What
the
was it
Lakers
like,
and Knicks
man?
in 19 and back in the 70s,
Yeah.
the early 70s, championship, NBA round, it would start live at 11 o'clock, 11:30 at night in New York. If it was in LA, and my dad wouldn't let me stay up for it. He had to send me up to bed, but I would sit on the steps and watch the TV from the steps. So that's how long it goes. But that was an amazing game, Bird and Magic. Some people say the semifinal when Magic beat the Notre Dame Fighting Irish was the real championship game.
Yeah.
Indiana State came in unbeaten. They had to get a last-second shot to get in that Final Four. But that team was all Larry Bird. He didn't have a heck of a lot of help on that Sycamore team. But they went undefeated till the end. And the green and white, of course, with Greg Kelser and Magic Johnson, they took it off the sheet.
That game was the birth of the NBA as we know it. You look at that game. I'm not talking the NBA, man. There was a ton of great players that came before. The NBA as we know it, that was the birth of it. 1979, Magic and Bird. What happens that first year Magic was in the league? He wins the championship. Bird comes the next year because he set out that first year. And now, in 11 years, Magic or Bird was in the finals. From 1979 to 1990, it was Magic or Bird was in it.
Amazing.
And then Michael Jordan, he pops in 1984, and the rest is history. But 1970.
Whoa. Don't gloss over the bad boys.
Well, I'm not glossing. I'm
Come on, man.
That's 89. He said 84.
I'm not glossing over. I'm saying either Magic or Bird. From
Right.
1979
No,
to
you're right.
1990 was in it. This is no Pistons smudge. This is no Pistons hate. I won't tolerate that there. But with that being said, 2027, Final Four. Shout out to the Michigan Detroit Sports Commission.
Yes.
And they make it
Marty
happen. And we
Dolbeck.
always have them on the show. Dave Beach now. Here we go.
Marty
Mayor Duggan.
Dolbeck.
He announced it. It is legit. 2027.
What was the last one? 2002?
2009.
Was it 2009?
2009.
I stole a sign. I have it in my basement.
That
So
was Michigan State, North Carolina.
Michigan State, North Carolina.
Bring it
Man.
updated.
Yeah.
Cross
No.
it out.
Speaking of
Was that
2027.
Steph's Final Four?
Yes, that was Steph.
I saw Steph Curry play with
Same.
Davison back
Davison,
then.
yeah.
Is there a chance that Tom Izzo is still the coach of Michigan State for this tournament, Maz?
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. He's going to win it all. MSU will win it all. By the way, we do have a super chat.
Let's
to
get it
start us
going.
off. It's our guy, Jared Sayers. He loves his Grand
Put it
Valley
up there,
Lakers.
too, after this.
I got it, my friend.
Pete.
Another 3 tickets for Jared Sayers. He might be going to the game
Hey.
coming up on Friday. We'll tell you about that
We're
in a
picking
minute.
tomorrow.
He
Yep,
says
the
Grand
drawing.
Valley State women's basketball head coach Mike Williams won the D2 National Coach of the Year. As of today, my brother Phil won the D2 National Assistant Coach
There
of
we
the Year.
go.
Yeah,
It's them against
Jared.
Cal State, Dominic Hill, 6 p.m. Grand Valley will play Pittsburgh State, 8:30 tonight. This is the Final Four of the Division II basketball.
Okay,
guys,
get us
for the
up to
women.
date.
Good luck to those Lakers and anchor up, baby. Anchor up.
Anchor up, baby. Anchor up. Yeah, now y'all got me doing the anchor up thing.
That's it.
Let's get it going, man. But, yo, today is the last day
To qualify.
to qualify. Because tomorrow we're pulling, right?
We are.
There's no qualifying tomorrow. It's just
Nope.
pulling. So today's the last day to qualify. You see what it is. It's 2 tickets to this Friday's game against, the Detroit Pistons against the number 1 seed in the East, the Cleveland Cavaliers. 2 tickets, parking pass, as well as parlay. And then it'll also be a Buddy's gift card, $50 off
Nice.
at Buddy's.
Yes,
so
sir.
it just keeps getting better. So end of the day, this is the last day. After this, there won't be any more entrance.
$5 gets you 1 ticket.
Yep.
$10 gets you 3. $20 you get 10 entries.
Am I allowed to win?
Yeah,
You
throw it in there,
are
baby.
not allowed to win, but it's okay.
Just throw
though.
your money in.
But it is
Just
okay.
put your money in there anyway.
Speaking of Michigan State, Michigan Stick, we haven't talked to you about what's going on in the tournament. Tournament
Oh,
series
baby.
316.
Oh, baby.
Michigan is still in it. And, of course, Michigan State looking good early. Hadn't played anybody, but they look good. Where are you at with those 2 teams? Potentially, although some people don't want it, some bozos around here, but potentially meeting in the Elite 8. You got to get through 2 teams first. We know that. Ole Miss is a good team and Auburn's number 1. With that being said, potential Elite 8.
I want it. I want it all. I want it all.
Yeah,
I want
we
it for
need
the
it.
states. I want it for the drama. I want it for the pettiness. I want it all. And, I have heard some soft Michigan State fans saying that they don't want to play Michigan for a 3rd time. And they can't see a reason because they don't match up
fatigue.
well against them. And I would give you that argument, right? Like, I would say, you know what, that makes a lot of sense. If Michigan didn't go out and win the Big Ten tournament, because Michigan went out and did something your team couldn't do. They own the Big Ten tournament title right now. So wouldn't you, as a natural competitor, want to take down the team that won your conference tournament? That's where I don't get Michigan State shying away from this matchup. Whether you think you're going to beat them or you're not going to beat them, they were the ones cutting the nets, not you. So why wouldn't you want to show them, hey, you know what? We got you twice during the regular season. Yes, you cut the nets down, but you know what? In the big tournament, guess who put your lights out? That would be my mentality if I was from Michigan State.
Yeah.
But I'm learning Michigan State people are very soft when it comes to this. They don't want the rivalry because I believe it goes back to a philosophy my dad used to say. You never want to fight a little person, right? You're supposed to win, but if you lose, you look like an absolute
That
clown.
temper they
So
have.
there's no winning and getting into that fight, right?
Yeah, this is-
He used to give me that advice when I was a small child. So
What did he mean by little person?
it's Fox 2.
Smaller?
Yeah.
Smaller than you?
No, yeah, you know what I
Smaller,
mean.
yeah.
But to me, I don't know why anybody in this state or anybody that loves basketball or anybody that loves sports or anybody that loves rivalries wouldn't be fiending for this matchup. Because if you are Michigan State, you're sick of being called little brother?
Yeah.
Now's your chance. We beat you 3 times in the season. We knocked you out of the NCAA tournament. How are you ever going to talk to us about basketball? You got that to stand on. But I just don't understand the people who don't want it. I want it so bad. I want it for the network. I want it for the views. I want it for the content. Nothing can go wrong if those 2 teams play each other on Sunday.
Yeah, 100%. I think the difference between football and basketball is just talking about this playoff situation. Like with Auburn being the number 1 seed, Like, if you want to play, if you beat Michigan, who beat Auburn in college basketball, it doesn't matter that you beat Michigan and you didn't beat Auburn. It doesn't matter.
Right.
You beat the team that beat the team. You beat the team that was in front of you. So, with that being said, if you play Michigan, it doesn't sour it. And if you beat Michigan, who beat Auburn, who will be the third time you play them, doesn't that take your momentum even more? Doesn't that make you feel a little bit more confident about who you would play? If I was Michigan State and I was playing against Michigan, I would be excited to bury Michigan, like you said, for the third time. And I think it would just give the players that mentality, like, man, we're invincible.
But
and
the
it will
fear,
propel you.
the fear of, it's tough to beat a team 3 times.
That's just the
tough.
fans.
Yeah.
That's just the fans.
I don't
Players
think that. Yeah,
think
that's true.
Players don't think that.
But I don't think
the
H
players
to the
want-
Izzo
But
don't
we're
want
not
a Dusty May.
I don't think the conversation
January,
is the players. I think the
February,
conversation
May.
is about the fans, though.
The players want Michigan. The Michigan players want Michigan State.
Especially
agree.
after the dust up at the end
course
of the
they
game,
can beat
standing
us.
on the logo, fighting like.
Yeah.
Listen,
This
MSU owns,
This is
MSU
how the
owns them.
WWE would have scripted this.
MSU owns them this year. They own them. They beat the hell out of them in the second half of the first game, and they ran them off the court and at the Breslin. Almost off the court because Michigan stood on the label, on the logo at the end of the game. So there's a lot of bad blood between these two teams. It's got to happen. If there's a basketball god, make this game happen on Sunday.
No,
for all
I
of us.
absolutely. As it relates to the players, Pete, I'm bringing you in here on this
no
one. As it
worries.
relates to the players, you're right. It's very similar to when Michigan football team, it was between Florida State and Alabama. And then they made the decision, and everybody said, oh, Michigan, they didn't want to play Florida State.
Right.
They didn't want to play Alabama. No, the players wanted to play Alabama, and you saw that. The fans didn't want to play Alabama, and we can be honest about that. Fans, as much as they want to talk about, we want to play. They didn't want to play Alabama, but the team did. Just like Michigan State. The fans don't want to play Michigan, but the Michigan State players definitely want to play
Because if
Michigan.
the Wolverines wound up playing Florida State, that beaten up Seminole team, and they still won the championship, then the MSU fans and the naysayers could say, well, you beat nobody. You beat nobody. So this time they beat the best twice. They ran them off the field.
Cody
if-
Engel in
if
the chat,
Michigan
watch
State-
both teams lose.
If Michigan State can beat Ole Miss,
I mean, Ole Miss is a damn good team, and Auburn is the #1 overall seed in the tournament.
Right.
So
I hope not, Cody.
that's
Ain't lying.
I wouldn't put guys. I've watched college basketball a lot, guys. I wouldn't say that MSU getting past Ole Miss is just gonna happen.
None of them are.
No. I'm just saying Ole Miss. Okay. MSU can play them off the boards, and that's fine. But the guard play on Michigan, on Ole Miss, these guys can sink 3-pointers like crazy. And I'm not saying that MSU is going to lose, but it's not going to be a cakewalk. They played Bryant and they played New Mexico. Great, that's wonderful. Now you got a real team coming up with six solid scorers. So I'm just saying that I want to see Michigan State, but let's not take Ole Miss for granted.
Pete, you said the same thing yesterday. Nobody is taking Ole Miss for granted. The first thing that I said when we got on here,
Well, no, you're saying you.
Ole Miss and Auburn, #1 seed, and the team is very capable. That's the first thing that we said.
Yeah, I
you're
agree.
absolutely right. Ole Miss can play, but we're not jumping ahead of them. We're just talking about the
You're
potential.
burying the lead, Pete.
Burying the lead.
The lead is Michigan State this
Hey.
Sunday.
Who is Ole Miss? No,
I
I'm
got
just
something
joking.
for you guys.
playing
Listen to
spoiler.
this.
We're messing
This
with
is Tom Izzo. I'm going to play a piece of sound for you guys. This is Tom Izzo defending the way he built his team versus a team that's built through the transfer portal. You know who that is? That's Michigan, right? Check it out. Here's Tom
Little
Izzo.
brother syndrome.
But what my team's done has been incredible. And I'm not ready to move on. So, Judd, I've followed what you said. You know, I'm going to worry today about the guys I got in this program that have done an incredible job this year. And that's it. And if that costs me later, so be it. But Tom Izzo isn't cheating the people that he has that have been loyal to him for this chaos that is going on out there. Is that cool? You got enough? No, because you don't understand. When I came back Sunday night, that was it. There was nothing on my mind but giving these guys a chance to win one more game, get to Elite Eight, and one more game, and have a memory that'll last their entire life, their kids' life, and their grandkids' life, because that's what it is. And so excuse me for being passionate about it or pissed off about it, whichever words you want to use, but I'm not going to talk about it because it's not fair. It's not fair to the people. You could say it's fair to your program. I'll run my program like I want to run my program. And people have a disagreement with that, God bless them. But these guys that gave me everything they could give me are going to have a chance. And I'm not going to screw it up by spending any time on other stuff other than, I don't eat, I don't sleep right now. So why in the hell would I do something else that might benefit me a year from now? And really, it's not going to benefit me now because I don't know what I have. I don't know how much money I have. I don't know which players are leaving or staying. I don't have any idea. So why would I do that? Waste of time.
I love this guy. I absolutely love this guy. I tell you a million times, if I had a son that played basketball that was talented enough, I'd want him to play for Tom Izzo and no other coach. I'm talking Krzyzewski. I'm talking any other guy you could throw out at me. Patino, Calipari. I love this guy. Now, I like what Dusty May has done. He's come into Michigan. He took a program that won 8 games last year and was embarrassed. They were a laughing stock. Juwan Howard, I don't know what the hell happened to him, but he's had health problems, and it just didn't go the way I thought it was going to go. So Dusty May rebuilt his team. Tom Izzo recruited the hell out of this team. He's got Jason Richardson's kid, Jace Richardson.
Oh, yeah, it must have been real tough to recruit him.
That's good. Well, it's good. He keeps it in the family is the way he's saying it. Now, you guys know me as a Michigan fan, but I'm a Tom Izzo fan for sure, and I have no issue. Matter of fact, I love the way he does it. Not many people could do it the way he does it anymore. You hear Greg Campy, I can't go recruit kids because some other team's going to offer him more money. The kids come here, sure, they're going to make a few dollars. There's some great boosters at Michigan State, but they want to play for Tom Izzo, and I don't blame them one bit.
Oh, yeah, my apologies over here. Look,
A little distraction walking in the studio.
yeah, it was. But this is how I took it. I didn't take it as it was a slap at Michigan. If some people took it that way, if it was going against Michigan because of what Dusty May has done, I didn't take it as that. I just take it as 2 things. One, this is him trying to motivate his team and get his team hyped. This is a dope soundbite. He understands the game. He knows how to play it. He plays it as well as anybody who's ever played it at the collegiate NCAA tournament level. He knows this is a pivotal point. Now you're entering the Sweet 16. Now you need to rejuvenate your guys. Also, Jace Richardson, your best player, didn't have his best game. This is motivation, and I like it. The other side of it, he doesn't like the NIL. He does not like the transfer portal. He's an older coach. He's not talking about what's going on down in Ann Arbor with Dusty May, who had to replace 11 players, 2 of which he brought in from the school that he coached at. He's talking about everything. He's talking about Scottie Pippen's son leaving. He's talking about Duke. He's talking about why Jay Wright retired. He's talking about that and has been for a very long time. So he's going to run his program his way. This season, winning the Big Ten tournament, getting to the Sweet 16 is kind of reminding people that, Izzo still has it. Izzo still can do it. This is him circling wagon, getting his program, more importantly, his guys, getting them ready for the Sweet 16 and the rest of the tournament because they believe they can win it all.
See, what I see, unfortunately, for Michigan State is Dabo Swinney.
Okay.
Guy who won't embrace what's right in front of you now. A guy who's not going to jump on the trend of what successful teams are doing. And granted, they're in the Sweet 16, so they've been successful this year. But the residual effect down the road of never pulling someone out of the portal, because no one's recruiting high school kids anymore. You're recruiting kids out of Oakland University. Like those smaller D1 schools have now become the feeder schools for the Blue Bloods, unfortunately. And I know you made the Campy comparison. Campy doesn't have the budget Izzo does.
He's starting to.
What do we talk about? Matt Ishbia supports University or Michigan State University. They have plenty of boosters up there. Yeah. So if Izzo wanted to go down that route, he can. And I get giving him credit for getting Jason Richardson's son in there, but I mean,
you gotta wait. You gotta wait and see how this season finishes out. Stick.
That's the thing. If he wins a national title this year, I gotta shut the hell up.
Because
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Because one, he won the Big Ten, but you can argue it was a bad Big Ten year.
Well, the regular season Big Ten though.
True.
That's like saying, great, Lions went 15-2.
All I'm saying is you gotta stick with it because Jim Harbaugh, same thing. Jim Harbaugh, same thing. It was like, oh, he can't win it his way. He's not going to win it his way. Michigan doesn't spend money. They don't dip into the NIL. They won't evolve like Alabama or this school insert. You can say they did some other stuff. But as it relates to on that field, stayed his way and eventually won that national championship. And he was an older coach. So I think this is a good year to kind of watch, wait, and see. Because the team that's playing the best which they're one of, and it has the best coach, which he's one of, they got a shot. So if they win this year, then everybody has to shut up.
Well, I pissed off half of Spartan's Twitter earlier this week by comparing Mike Tomlin to Tom Izzo.
In the sense that, just getting there.
He's only won once.
He's won once.
But getting there has now become the thing.
It's every year they're going to get there, right?
Getting to the playoffs for the Steelers is like getting to the Sweet 16 Elite Eight for Michigan State.
And what I don't think a lot of people understood is I love Mike Tomlin. Yeah. I think Mike Tomlin, I would have killed for Mike Tomlin to be the Lions coach.
But the standards have been lowered.
For Mike Tomlin?
Yes.
I mean, yes and no. But if Mike Tomlin went out and got that second Super Bowl, what would we look at him
But
as?
that's what I'm saying. The standards have been lowered. Once Mike Tomlin first jumped in, to the time he won the Super Bowl, to the time he went back and lost, to the time he still was 13-3, the standards were the standards. Now the standards for the Pittsburgh Steelers have dropped. Now if the Steelers go 9-8 and get into the playoffs, it's another successful year. Those weren't the standards once upon a time. And just like Michigan State.
Right.
Those weren't the standards once upon a time.
National championships were the standard.
100%,
Final Fours were the standard. And then if you go back
to the past, comparison.
And that's why I didn't think it was like insulting by any stretch of the imagination, because I view it as if either one of those coaches got their second championship, they'd be goated immediately. I know Tom Izzo is looked at as a Hall of Famer already. Tomlin probably is too. But if you get that second championship, you're in a special territory beyond everybody who just has one.
If you're a fan and you're holding on to a championship from 20, 25 years ago, then you're a loser. And I hate to tell you that. If you're a fan and you're holding on from a championship from 20, 25 years ago, you're a loser. Because at some point, you got to challenge your team. You got to challenge your program, your franchise, and say, hey, look, damn, can you guys bring in some players? Can you evolve with the times? Can you figure it out? But if you're still saying, oh, well, they won. They got to the playoffs. Yeah, it's a good year. They made it. He didn't break his streak. The streak has become more important than winning in Pittsburgh.
It's kind of like the Red Wings making the playoff streak, right? 25 years in a row, great, but you're getting swept out in the first round.
Right.
And, there's always the flip side of the coin, too. I like adding a championship and viewing these guys how we would as one of the greats. What happens if you take away Tom Izzo's championship in 2000? Is he looked at as one of the greatest all time?
No.
So there you go. That's why the second one is necessary to hammer home that he's one of the greatest of all time.
Part of the mystique, and this is no hate, part of the mystique with in the love which he deserves, he won early. Like Tom won, was it year 5? Mm-hmm. Year 4, year 5. That's part of the mystique. Boom, you take over a franchise from a legendary coach, then you continue it in your own image, then you win a championship. 5 years, that's oh shoot, there it is.
Right.
He's a hell of a coach, but if you add 2, it takes you to another stratosphere. He's a better coach than Jay Wright, like 100%. Jay Wright got 2 championships.
Hey, Super Chat, Burn, I want Michigan showing up with briefcases of money, buying the greatest teams ever assembled. Let's be the bad guys in Mighty Ducks with 50 titles. Burn, you get yourself another ticket, and we will pull that name tomorrow for the Braylon package of the Pistons.
Well, they went and paid for Bryce Underwood.
I almost want to give
apply to basketball. They got Trey McKinney next year. I
almost want to give Byrne a couple extra tickets just for fun. He's absolutely right. Look, they made it about the money. Woo. They made it about money. Say, hey, look, finally we want to pay these players. And not only that, finally, the school, you can just pay the player. Well, you know who wins in those battles? School with the biggest bag.
McCarty's back.
School with the biggest bag. And you're absolutely right, Byrne. We have the biggest bag.
Where's Mac?
Max over there. Hey, look, let's take a commercial break. Let's hear from Les Stanford.
Get him in here.
Stick, tell us about Les Stanford, and maybe we'll get Mac in.
I'll tell you about Les Stanford because they're awesome and one of our favorite partners here at Woodward Sports. And if you want to get in that new whip before the summertime comes, imagine just cruising down Woodward, windows down, blaring some music in that new 2025 EV Hummer or the 2025 Sierra. Or if you're a baller on a budget for $299, we can get you into that 2024 Envision. Les Stanford, scan the QR code above my head right now to see everything they got.
Listen, I'm not sure who, but somebody let the Tigers get hot.
The Detroit Tigers are locked and loaded for another great summer in Detroit. And it all starts downtown at the biggest home opener party in the city. Join Woodward Sports at Grand Slam Festival as we take over the Detroit Opera House parking lot. A big-ass tent for a big-ass Detroit party. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFestival.com or follow Woodward Sports on X and IG for your chance to get in for free. Party across from Comerica Park and hear the roar as the Tigers take the field for the first time in 2025. DJs, food trucks, bartenders, live broadcasts, and more. see you for the Tigers' first home game of the season, April 4th at the Grand Slam Festival with Detroit's biggest party animals, Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com.
Oh, yeah, everybody. We are the #1 sports digital platform in not just the state of Michigan, but also the USA and, quite frankly, all the entire world. We are joined by 6 family members where you can catch all of our programming daily on YouTube, on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitch. Like, share, subscribe, join. Come be a part of our family because we can't do it without you. Woodward Sports, join us and be a part of our family. Maz?
Hey, guys. Detroit, get ready. You know what's coming up? It's Tigers opening day. Thanks, Matt. Good to smell you, too. Here on April the 4th, it's a Friday. It's Ance's birthday as well. Join Woodward Sports for the biggest and best party in the D. It's called the Grand Slam Festival. Outdoor tent party at the Detroit Opera House. We're right there, guys. You can throw a baseball at Comerica Park from where we are. The broadcast brought to you by Mad Packs and White Claw. The drinks are going to be flowing. The party will not stop. WSN will be broadcasting all day long. Do not mess out. I always say mess out. Do not miss out. Get your tickets at GrandSlamDetroit.com. That's GrandSlamDetroit.com. It's Woodward Sports opening day, brought to you by Mad Packs and White Claw.
We talked about it. Today is a special day for ours. Braylon was joined by a stick. Darren McCarty, 4-time Stanley Cup champ. Drafted 1992. What's up, my guy?
Yeah.
Second round, 49th pick overall. And, you know, he has become the staple. He is a legend. There are a ton of legendary Wings players. None more legendary to us and none more legendary to the run. We talked about it. It's D-Mac, man. In game, set, match. I'll take it from there. Just as you're looking at it, take us through this moment.
I think this is what people do when they go to the Louvre. Look at the Mona Lisa.
Talk your chump. Talk that talk, champ.
But isn't this like, to me, you know what I'm going to give props where I heard it. Wojo. I heard him say it. The fact that that represents loud and proud. To me, that represents Detroit. To me, that represents what we are in Michigan and around about it's right and wrong accountability, and just to have, you know, this isn't about me. I'm a big part of this, but you see how everybody's, even on their team, like everybody's all in, being, you know how it is that's what you needed. And what this game meant right? Because in hindsight, right, I'm sitting here with 4 cups and winning the cup right after that. But
light flex,
popping cow,
light flex.
Well, that's, yeah,
it's the truth.
But it's just facts. But the fact is also too that this moment galvanized not only the team but a fan base, a city, because this was us being proud and yes, but like we talked about on Big D Energy earlier today, the gravitas of having to win the game also. So
which you did.
This is everybody stepping out. You know it was iconic to just and I swear to God, I just went in my head right now. The fact that the same guys that were on the ice for the overtime goal were the same guys in the middle of all this, right?
Nice. Yeah, look at that.
Nice.
Look at that.
Wow.
And Claude Fagatti was on the ice at that point.
Oh, dude, which was awesome. Wasn't that cool? Cool to hear him.
Yep. We were just talking about
it, and here's the one thing, and you know this, B, is that even like Claude Lemieux and what you say about it when he sat down and talked to us and went from his side, the genuineness, right? It was genuine that he was knocked out and he didn't remember playing the other 2 periods, and thank God.
Looking at this picture, we were talking about it earlier, and you're looking at Brendan coming to your back. He's ready. He's actually looking ahead of you because he's looking at oncoming traffic. See, he's doing what he's supposed to do. You see Vernon in the back. What I never paid attention to just now is who's 52 again coming from behind?
Adam Foote.
All right, look, he's not
bastard.
He's not looking to charge Brendan. He's not looking to charge you. He's not looking to charge whatever Red Wings around. He's looking at Claude Lemieux, who's the brute of the Avalanche, on the ground in a fetal position. And you know what he's saying? O-S-H-I-T, we're effed.
No, you're right.
Because if you see your stud on the ground, it's like,
Goliath.
They whooped his ass.
Once Goliath go down, it's over.
That's the look in his eyes. His look is like, I know that ain't Claude Lemieux on the ground. We don't have a shot.
Foote was one of their toughest guys.
Well, and to prelude this after where Larionov started it, and Shanny broke me free because Foote grabbed me first, right? But think about this too, and this is why, bringing it up in different things. There's a couple points is that Neil brought it up is that Forsberg didn't return to the game, right? He was concussed even though he played the end of it. Patrick Waugh's shoulder was never the same since going high in the air and stuff like that. Like this moment. And this game just was I call it Red Wing D-Day or, whatever you want to call it. It's
sweet revenge.
Narrative. It is sweet revenge. It payback. I ended the show today. Just remember, payback's a bitch and karma is real.
Yeah,
that's right. It's just
but,
in the form of the
you know what? Also, too, and I always point this out. You can't really see it as much, but if you ever get pull up the picture. No, right here. This is called the rage vein, like the
rage vein,
the indentation, because you can only make that when you're in a
pissed,
rage. No, like not pissed, like beyond.
So when you're seeing red,
yeah, like beyond.
I don't know.
That.
When I was 14 and first learned how to do some things, I had
then
that
you've
same
been
vein.
mad, but then you've been like mad.
Yeah,
that's
well, you
bad
get a headache after.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Unfortunately, we all know that.
Yeah. Are there any small stories or any, hidden stories from this game, from this moment that, we don't talk about because we focus so much on the main points? Because, this is the main point. But there's some small stories from this fight, from this scuffle, from this night.
Well, I think the whole game, everybody, and the young guys, the big thing, Jamie Pusher starts the game out and fights. They're one of the toughest guys in the league at the time, and their heavyweight Brent Severin right away. I know Aaron Ward fought him later on, but guys are ready to answer the bell, and had to do it smartly because we had to win the game also, right? So I think that the one caveat that you'll see is if you're playing through the game or you get to the end, and this is looking back, but Scotty Bowman at the end of the game after I scored the goal just sort of jumps down from his haunch and he double taps the bench a couple times. And to me, looking back, not understanding at the time, but now you know what it meant is that he got us. This is the moment where he saw what this will mean to our team. He almost knew what was coming.
One thing we haven't mentioned at all today during this and reliving the fight, this part is very nice. but I think we've neglected to mention the part where you drag him over the boards and knee him in the face.
Oh, well first.
We haven't mentioned it because I think concussed here. But I think the knee to the face and the boards is the thing that put him over the top.
You know what? You could actually do a poll.
Way to go, Stick.
Here, we'll do a poll because I was trying
Throw
to.
this up, Pete.
I am.
This fist, this hand, right? Because right here in the moment, and I don't know. You got to remember, there's a goaltender coming to smoke me that he's going to intercept and he's going to fight. But I'm trying to take my fist and put it through his skull and rip his heart out through his nasal passage, right? But I'm not even done. So what do? Right, and I tell everybody the story as everything's going on, and I'm frustrated, and we've been there, and I just look up at the bench, and I just. Boom, see Drapes. And I'm like, all right. And I took him by the head, and I called it the Bulldog Wrestling, and I smashed his face. And I tell her, it blew up on the Comerica Bank sign. How do I know this? Because I signed it for the president. And he hung it over his desk. He was a golf buddy of mine, Mark Gregory at the time.
I got to see this picture.
We'll watch the video.
And then, right, I wasn't done. But when you watched, and the unrivaled ESPN documentary has the best shot of it, and before I saw it, I would never admit to kneeing him in the head. Right? I absolutely reared back and hit him so hard that to this day, if you run into Claude Lemieux, look at his forehead and you will see a freaking welt. Why? Because karma is real, and it reminds him every day not to be stupid.
And it matches Drape's scar.
Now,
oh my God. Isn't that how that works?
Hey, Mac, how about the referees in this game?
Oh.
They let you do what you did, and they left you in the damn game.
They knew what time.
I mean, come on, man. That, to me, that's the best. That's the best officiating I've ever seen in all of sports. Let the kids play.
Let the kids
play.
play.
Shacky, the linesman, God rest his soul, and Paul Dvorsky.
Oh, Dvorsky.
I got 4 minutes for roughing. He had plausible deniability because when I went to knee him, he turned his head, didn't see it, wouldn't kick me out. And, you know, the thing I think what made his life a little more difficult was that I scored the overtime.
Yes.
Right? So Slay the Dragon got the girl.
Should have had 10 minutes of game misconduct.
And remember, you got to slay the dragon first or else you can get fire up your ass. No such as saving the girl running away and getting fire up your ass.
I think it's one of those things where as much as humble. Go ahead, PG. Have something?
No. I like that. Slay the dragon, get the girl. Should be a T-shirt.
I think it's one of these things, Mac, man. And I say this from the bottom of my heart. We're gonna look back years later and realize that we worked with you. You know, realize that we had a chance to be in the studio with you. Realize that right now you're breathing on my shoulder. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be amazing, bro. I just love you.
I love you too, brother.
Everything that you've got, you deserve. Like even now, as people give you flowers, even now you're still humble about it. Like I was just doing my job. I was just the guy. Bullshit, you were just the guy. You were the guy. Just don't ever forget.
Well, it's, you know, at the end of the day, it's just like, and today's day and age or whatever, there's talkers and sometimes more talkers than doers. Just never forget that I'm a doer. So if I say I'm going to do something, I have to because I can't go against the fabric of my being.
Mac,
so that's good and bad.
What did Scotty say to you, and what did you guys do after this game?
You know what, Maz? Nothing needed to be said. You know what I mean? It was one of those things at all the greatest moments. They don't need words. They just don't need words. But you just knew. I knew how proud. Like, it was almost validation to whatever maybe indiscretions that I might have, or maybe that I would do.
A free pass.
But the fact that he always, remember, I came in when he came in. He gave me my shot. If anybody believed in me as much as I believed in myself, it was him. So it was more of a proud dad moment, right? And that's all. He never had to say anything to me. Right, the greatest thing Scotty Bowman ever said was when he retired. He said I was his second favorite right winger to play for him next to Guy Lafleur. I'm not bad.
Yes.
Right, so I got that. Yeah, so right, Maz, I got that going for me. But it was always being. You can appreciate that. There's just certain coaches that, and it wasn't about. But you knew the approvals. They didn't have to say anything. You just walk by, and maybe they pass you by a little slower. Yeah. Or maybe you get that nod or that whatever
that
like
double
this.
Look.
Yeah.
The look back.
The double look.
I was like that with Lloyd. Like it took Lloyd, it took me years to get there. So Coach Carr, it wasn't my
100%.
freshman year, it wasn't my second year, it wasn't my third, it was by my fourth year. And even then it was at the end where like you see a little bit and you're like, oh shoot, that's it. Yeah, that's the move. While you're here, we're gonna wait and do this, the top 10 type of day. But since it involves you, it involves fights, why don't we throw these YD magazines here? Take a look at some of these fights. So in honor of your scrap with Claude Lemieux, wasn't really a scrap, you kicked as you know what, I put up some of the best fights of my life, or most memorable, as well as a couple more recent, just to get the younger guys.
Ones that you've been in, or
well, if you,
no, not me.
Oh, okay.
Well, if you want
to do those off the top of them,
like after Tonic Nightclub,
November 11th, 97 was the rematch off the draw that everybody, sometimes they get them confused, but that one we stood back and threw them, and I laced them with a few of them.
November 11th was the Osgood game. This was
100%. That's what I meant.
So would you like to start with the subject matter that we're currently on?
Sure. Why not?
Why don't we go right into that one?
Why not put Bob up there? Tell us about this one, Mac.
Dude.
This happened a year before you got drafted, correct? This would have been 91. Bob Probert, Ty Domi. Bob Probert was a legend on the ice with the fist. Just tell us about BP.
Oh, dude, the best. He was the man. The
heavyweight
gentle
champion.
giant, just such a lovable guy. And you got to remember, I come from over in the same area he does, so I've known him since I was like 14 or whatever, but he was just like such a great guy to be around, right? But when it came down to business, and you know, the fact is there's no one tougher, and the one thing is what Proby does is you can get him in the shallow end, but when he's gonna, but don't be sure he's gonna drag you into the deep water, and then you're gonna swallow. Like I remember that fight there because it was the rematch and whatever. And
I love that. There's
sometimes with Proby, it would be don't wake the sleeping giant.
Yeah.
Right, so the first time him and Ty Domi fought, he didn't really know Domi, and he was just like, because Proby sometimes you got to hit him 4 or 5 times before he realizes he's in the fight and whatever like that until he gets going. But with that, the paper writes up the tails of the tape, Maz. Remember the tails of the tape?
Of course I do.
But I think that the one thing about that fight right there, I think Proby hit him with like 55 punches or whatever, that Ty Domi went in the locker room and had welts all over his face, and the whole thing was against Ty Domi's. You never wanted to fight him. You didn't want to break your hand on his head.
Jeez Louise. So we don't just have hockey. We got all four sports. Let's switch it. Pete, let's do the one you and I talked to.
You want to do that one?
Well, we're here now. Let's do this one. MJ Reggie Miller. Now, the reason why this was up here for me, remember, these are mine. I never saw Michael Jordan in the scuffle or a fight up until this moment. Yeah, I saw a little bit with the Knicks, but never really hands-on, never really pushing. I saw that and was like, whoa, and he threw a punch. So it wasn't the most physical fight, but it was something that I never seen before. Mike really had it.
Well, I don't even remember that fight. I got to be.
That was when he first came back. He still was
really.
This
is
his
wearing
first,
45.
This is his first game back. Indiana Pacers. It was a Sunday night game or Sunday day game. First game back. He gets into it. Reggie, they slam each other against the board. I was like, oh, this is it.
Reggie talks a lot. I'm sure he talked a little too much that night.
The Black Cat, as they said. All right, put up now. Go
you want
the
that one
we were talking about.
This is God.
This one you guys can talk about. Have some fun with.
Yeah, I got this picture
Ryan.
autographed in my basement.
Go for it.
Nolan Ryan, Robin Ventura. Robin Ventura made the mistake of charging the 40-year-old man on the mound who never lost. Not once. You never charged Nolan Ryan. That is the baddest man to ever stand on a mound in the history of the world. My favorite all-time baseball player and pitcher, Nolan Ryan, and he did it to so many guys.
Didn't he like box on the off season too?
It's like fighting John Wayne in one of his westerns.
He wrestled cattle. He wrestled cattle.
The guy was such
John
an animal.
Wayne.
I mean,
Clint Eastwood. One of those badass.
There's another one where he took a line drive off the face and stayed in the game
Finished
and
the
pitched
game.
with blood all over his face. Like, you did not mess with Nolan Ryan, best baseball player of all time. And when Robin Ventura was the coach of the Tigers, I took the picture down there to see if he'd sign it of him getting his ass kicked. He would not sign it. He would not sign it. Because I had Nolan, but I wanted both.
Man.
Oh, yeah. Nolan Ryan, for sure.
Listen, I saw Claude Lemieux sign this picture 2 years ago when we did the event. So if Claude can sign this,
it's part of his
Ventura
penance.
can sign that.
Part of his penance.
Claude doesn't remember this. It's part of his penance. Yeah, like when I saw him charge the mound, I'm younger. I'm like, but Nolan Ryan and Ricky Henderson were my first two favorite baseball players. Like Junior Griffey he was third. It was Nolan Ryan and Ricky Henderson. Like his old man strength, man.
Another guy that you never wanted to charge the mound. Remember Kyle Farnsworth?
Oh, yeah.
Kyle Farnsworth beat the hell out of everybody.
Especially Royals.
He was a black belt.
Royals players.
He was like a black belt.
He was a black belt.
Stick lock lift perfectly.
Yeah.
Throw him on the ground, just pop him right in the face. Like 4 guys in a row.
Right. He had a finishing move.
All right.
He had a finishing move.
Would you like
Stop
Maz's?
charging Kyle Farnsworth.
Would you like Maz's?
Sure. You put that
Here
up
for you,
there,
Maz.
Maz. Here we go.
Of course, Mance is in black and white.
Herman Washington and Rudy Tomjanovich. Rudy
I'll never forget it.
got reconstruction facial
This
surgery.
should not be in black and white.
sidelines.
This should not be in black and
I'm
white.
surprised we didn't have to hear the radio version.
Listen, Kermit Washington.
Like Kermit Washington.
Curly Watkins.
Rudy Tomjanovich takes a punch.
Rudy T.
No 3-point
Down goes
line.
Tomjanovich.
Rudy T. from Hamtramck. Michigan Wolverine.
University of Michigan, go Blues.
Freaking Kermit Washington, the goon.
Laced him.
He wasn't even trying to fight. Rudy was running and he bashed his face in. He finished him. I hated Kermit Washington with a freaking passion like you wouldn't believe. The passion. I hated his guts. I still hate his guts, and I know he's a good guy.
He never played another NBA
No.
game. Never played
Maz
another
Hey, Maz charged the court.
Maz was
charged.
By the
was
way,
ready.
that should be in color. That was in color.
It was black and white.
In real life, I swear to God, it was in
Havlicek steals the ball. Havlicek steals the ball.
And Squid Lil Buckley hits him with a curly Newton in the head.
He got it right in the peach basket.
Like that picture.
You gotta look out because after the game, that kind of man's gotta go to the coal mines.
I thought I was watching Joe Louis and Max Smelling. Smelling with the right, Lewis with the left.
James
Upper
Brown.
right back, Smelling down.
James Brown don't get paid enough these days.
Oh my God!
Hey, it's Max Baer. Max
Show me
Baer and
another
James
one.
Brown.
Back in my day, before we let these boys play basketball like
Yeah,
this,
see?
I did not argue.
Yeah, see.
I don't think we
Show
can do
me
any
another one,
better.
Pete.
Let's get a
God.
juicy one here.
Thank
Here's
you,
a
guys.
juicy one.
Why did you pick that?
All right, this is more. This is more recent, man. Hey, look, this,
Down the barrel, we call that.
Clean.
Right down the barrel. Jose Batista's glasses were the best.
You know what I love about this? I love that Jose Batista seemed like a player in 20, because I think this is 2021, 2022. He seemed like a player in 2021, where Odor seemed like a player from the 90s. Like Batista squared up.
Oh, yeah.
But you know that's the cute thing, a square up, no fight. Odor said,
Nope, no fight for that.
I'm about, and that's not the first time Odor's gotten into some scraps. He stays in the fight.
That was for Joey Bats throwing his bat up in the playoff game the year prior to that. He
got
really put a show on, and a lot of guys did not like him. And,
Well, that's why karma's real.
Odor took care of it.
Has he had
You
a
have
hit
any more
since?
picks, Pete? You got any more of those?
Oh, we got a couple more, but
do
nothing
we have
black
the
and
Chaldean
white.
kid versus Jermaine O'Neal at the
So
Palace?
I did put that up there.
That's a good
That was
one.
like the whole Malice and Power. I should have put that up there.
Oh,
we
the
should-
Palace at the Palace, yeah.
But that's like a whole.
Ron Artest versus Jared from
Artest.
Subway.
Should we go to
Stevie
Brady's
Jackson
sport
versus
before,
the
before
field.
break?
David Wallace versus Fred.
Fred
Jones.
Jones won the dunk contest.
Yeah.
We got everything but football. You want one football
Pete,
before break?
just throw it up there. So
All right, my friend.
There you go.
There you go.
This fight happened. I can tell you about this fight. Joey Porter, William Green. William Green, running back out of Boston University, or Boston College, BC. This happened a year before I got there. This wasn't even when the game started. This is warm-ups. They have been beefing since the last time they had played. They have been talking and chirping in the press and the media. And Joey Porter walked up to William Green on the sideline, and he never stood a chance. He beat up William Green, who was strong as I don't know what. Joey Porter beat him up, grabbed him, slammed him. The refs came. Everybody broke it up. They didn't even make it to the game. They didn't even make it to the game. So that one was crazy. I saw that one on TV. Was not a part of that one, though.
Miles Garrett smacking Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, that wasn't. I didn't put that on there. That wasn't a fight. That was
one man running for his life.
That was lame. Like to take a quarterback's helmet and swing it at him.
What do you mean?
Like you're already the strongest dude in the league,
How
not
much
named
more
Aaron Donald.
disrespectful can you get than snatching off your own helmet and beating you with it?
Right.
I always thought that was soft, man. Look, D-Mac, before we let you go, give us a take on the Red Wings as they now have, I think it's 11 games left.
12 to go.
Yeah, you know what? I think you see the differences, and it's not in just their team, but there's levels to this. And I think last night, if you watched the game, the epitome of I said Nathan McKinnon's goal to make it 4 1 or whatever like this was the epitome of their season, which means they're in the right position and everything else, and bounces out to an empty net, and at the end of the shift he makes it. So the fact is, it's going to come up like last year. There's too many teams to go in front of, but I think yes, the guys that Steve has signed as free agents, I give them a C. Right, but the development, the guys they've drafted, and the stuff to Chris Draper and the guy in Grand Rapids and whatever, like this team next year, the next 2 steps, this team is going to make in 1 year. So the fact is, I still believe in the Wiser plan. You know what? Everybody else can do whatever they want. You know, I know where they're at. I think the great thing, that the blessing in disguise now is you're going to get Sebastian Cossa, hopefully some airtime at the end of this year, at the end of this season here, so it gives them some confidence to take the rounds next year, or at least be a backup. So, like, it just takes time. I don't know why it takes so much time, but it takes time.
Especially in hockey, more than most sports.
Well, because you got to get the contracts right, and you got to get different things. Now, if you want to criticize some of the signings, you know, Tarasenko didn't exceed his expectations. DeBrincat did what he did. You can't be mad at Kane. You know, like, they're there, but they just don't. The one thing that I see is, and they're not good enough to not play 60 minutes. And when they don't, they can't. They let that 5 minutes go. And we were lucky. These teams right here, we learned how we could have a lull and get through it. But we also had firepower that if we needed to score a couple goals late, like in this game down 5-3 with 10 minutes left, we were able to tie it up and win in overtime. So different teams. But, it's frustrating because you want to see a playoff game, but take all that energy and put it to the Pistons.
Well, watch an Unrivaled tonight, Mac, for you.
Good. You should, Tom. There's great stuff. And tell me, because every time I watch it, I just watched it like probably a month ago with a bunch of people, I picked something new up.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, because you were there.
No doubt. Yep, I was.
Like, you were really there. One of the ones I know that was there.
I was right down the hall there.
Yeah, I know.
Right down the
Stuck a
dressing
microphone in my face after the game.
Cool
One of the first people I talked to.
Maz was there.
Maz was there.
I wasn't there for Tom Janovich.
One of these days, this will be black and white.
I swear it was in color when it was happening.
All right, everybody have a great Turtle Day.
Thanks, Mac. We love you, man.
Love you,
Darren McCarty, everybody.
The great
T-Mac.
Darren
Appreciate you,
McCarty will
buddy.
take a quick commercial break. We'll hear a little bit from buddies. It's so cool too, because I talk to people and they're always like, your recall on games and things, but to actually hear somebody else do it, like Mac jumped right into the moment. He saw, 10 minutes we were down 5-2 to get back. Just great. Tell us a little bit about Buddies, as they are now our proud sponsor. 1946.
And we got a lot of super chats I'm going to go over when we come back.
Ooh. Well, some of that super chat money, you could go get yourself a Detroit original, just like Darren McCarty. Buddies Pizza. Save 10% right now. Just use the promo code 10MEAL when you go online to order. BuddiesPizza.com. It used to be only on 6 Mile, but it's spread all over. I've seen one in Novi. I know there's one in West Bloomfield. They're all over the place. So if you got a Buddies near you, hit up BuddiesPizza.com. Use promo code 10MEAL.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
Planet Fitness, over 50 metropolitan Detroit locations. It's the gym for you. I love the time that I have when I go to Planet Fitness, the Black Card membership or any membership, because they all come with a trainer. And then there's no judgment. You get to work out, do all the machines, and there's tons of machines. There's tons of space, because Black Card is the highest, baby. The Black Card is the highest. You want a white card? You know what I'm saying? That's the way.
This life, Maz.
It's the Black Card. You know, it comes with privileges, man, such as the hydro massage chairs. I know you love the hydro massage chairs, but look, it is fitness that fits into your budget. It's not gonna hit you over the head, and then it's your Planet Fitness where your fitness is. Since you guys are grow up, okay? you gentlemen need to grow. Stick, it's your turn. How about that?
Oh.
There you go.
Well.
Oh.
If you got hair, unlike Maz, come to Lady Jane's and get your hairs cut. Or if you want to be like evil Maz and dye your beard.
Never.
Never.
Leave Maz alone.
Never again.
Leave Maz alone. You weren't here for evil Maz, Ricky. Just for Maz hair dye. Coming
never again.
I'll show you. I'll show you.
It was Ryan Day's grandfather.
It was a mistake.
It was a mistake. Don't make the same mistakes. Go to the professionals at Lady Jane's. They'll make you look good. You can walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Hey, hold on. We're getting a little bit off the rails. I know we have a new partner. I know we have a new sponsor. And I know some gifts were dropped off.
Yeah.
Did any of you gentlemen partake?
Not yet.
No, not during the show. No.
You guys kind of acting like it. Look, second hour, we appreciate D-Mac.
Just to bring Ricky up to snuff. What Stick is busting my chops about is I decided to dye my hair a shade.
Shade?
And my goatee.
No,
it was
Ryan Day black.
I didn't want it to be that way.
It
turned out that way. And I'm sure Pete will find a picture of it before it's over. And I'll never do it again. Ever. I'm all natural.
Ali G? Do you like Ali G?
Hey, dude.
It be me, the main man, Ali G.
I'm all natural, baby.
Yeah, you definitely had that.
I gotta find that.
We bullied Maz so hard that day. He went home and scrubbed his face till that stuff came out. It was supposed to last 3 months. It lasted 3 days.
Oh my God. I still have it's still sore from rubbing it off.
The thing that was crazy about it is like he hated Ryan Day's dyed hair and dyed beard, and then
That's
he
funny.
did it. Like that's
you became what
was so
you
funny.
hated.
It's like,
You know why? I folded to my family.
Was it your family?
It was my family. Dad, you should dye your hair. Look at you back in this picture. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. I really didn't want to. I'm like, I hate those kind of guys. All right, I'll do it. And you saw what turned out.
Maz doesn't understand
It was
the word
striking.
subtle.
That's funny.
Subtle.
It was striking.
You know what? It's funny. I jumped in the chat. I know Maz is going to talk about some super chats that we have. We'll finish these fight lists. I know a lot of you guys are asking about one particular fight. Don't worry. It is on there, and it is an NBA fight. It's Kobe versus Chris Childs. I remember watching this one live. Chris Childs did not give a you-know-what about who he was stepping to. He did not like what Kobe was saying. He did not like the things Kobe was doing. So he squared up on him and hit him twice. I couldn't believe it. I said, somebody hit Kobe Bryant? Not in this NBA. He hit him twice, bang, bang, right up under the chin. I was like, oh, they getting down in the NBA. Like, but that shows you how soft the NBA is. Like, that was like one of the the greatest fights of all time, and it still was it's like a tier 3 fight.
Well, remember Kobe? There's this great video of Kobe when who was it that was
he fought Reggie Miller
faking
too.
the pass right in front of his face, and
Matt Barnes,
Matt Barnes, and he doesn't even move. Unfortunately, he did the same thing against Childs. Like he wasn't going to move, thinking Childs was BS, and then he just went right left on him real quick.
Kobe did go back at him. I always give Kobe that credit. He did go back because.
And listen, he got 2 clean shots in, and Kobe was still standing. Like,
true.
Everybody gets hit in the face, right?
Yeah.
But can you take the punch like Kobe did? That's the important thing.
Can you stay standing? I think we got one left, and then we'll let Matt say
Yes, we do. Hang
what's
on,
the
my
last
friend.
one? I actually
There you go, buddy.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
yeah.
Now, I know you guys saw this one. Andre Johnson, one of my favorite receivers of all time, and Cortland Finnegan.
It's Flint time.
Hold on, it's so funny because this is how you know individuals in the back are younger. Lentz is a little bit younger. I think Lentz is what, 25, 24?
I don't think he's that old.
Yeah, exactly, 23, 24. I abbreviated Finnegan when I texted to him.
Yeah.
I just put Finn, and he kept it as Finn. But Cortland Finn.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Okay, 100%.
And I, Rob.
We'll put the question mark in there, Braylon.
You know he's going to read anything off the prompter.
Right, great.
No, the cool thing that was about that fight is Cortland Finnegan was annoying. I played against him a couple times, and he would do all types of little things to get on your nerves, get up under your skin, but the refs wouldn't get their seat in time. He was just annoying, and you wanted to put hands on him. You wanted to do this. Well, Andre Johnson, he didn't care about the fines. He didn't care about getting kicked out of the game. He went on ahead and he took his helmet off. He bashed him. He swung at it. It was a fight. And he beat up Cortland Finnegan pretty
Good list,
bad.
man. Good list.
Yo, I got an honorable mention.
Honorable mention, go for it.
Yeah, the Tim Anderson and was it Jose Ramirez?
Jose
fight?
Ramirez.
Very good.
So
Honorable mention.
I literally almost put that on there. Tim Raines got cooked.
Yeah, he did.
You talking about going
That's
to
one of my
sleep?
favorite players.
Right.
He was asleep.
And he asked for it. This is one of those fair fights. He's like, he wants to fight him. Oh no.
Tim Anderson? Yeah.
Tim Anderson, yeah.
He got cooked. Chicago White
He hasn't
Sox.
been the same since.
Well, Chicago White Sox don't win anything, including fights, apparently. So, Tom Mazaway, you have a little something.
All right, guys. I've got the super chat. They know today's the last day to qualify for the Braylon
They know.
Pistons
They know.
package. That's right. Friday night, we're sending the winner, which we'll pick tomorrow. We will pick it tomorrow. The winner's going to see the Cavaliers and the Pistons. That's a row 3 seat behind the basket. You, too, can maybe get a fight in tomorrow at Little Caesars Arena on Friday. Make that. You're going to get 2 tickets to that. You're going to get a free parking. You're going to get dinner.
Horrible transition.
You're going to get dinner at Parlay.
You two can go get in a fight at LCA.
You can go to Parlay, and we're going to give you a gift
You gonna fight
certificate.
at Parlay too?
2 buddies. You guys want to do this? You guys want to keep talking over me? Okay, that's nice. Much nicer. 2 tickets to
Make me fight you right here, right now.
2 tickets to the Cavaliers and Pistons on Friday. Free parking, dinner at Parlay, and, of course, a gift card to Buddy's Pizza. Listen to this today, folks. We have gotten a lot of people sending in. Nitty Gritty, $5. Give him a ticket. Mike Tomlin, the most overrated coach in sports. He took the team that Cowher built, won the Super Bowl, hasn't done anything since. Anything to say about Nitty Gritty on Mike Tomlin?
Yeah, that's BS. He didn't take the team that Cowher built. At the end of the day, Cowher won in 2006, and then Mike Tomlin turned around and won in, 2009 or 10?
He beat Arizona.
It was 9.
It was 2009. He's still a great coach. It doesn't matter about what you take over. How many coaches have taken over something and not look anything like the icon that was before them? He added his own imprint to the game. He drafted some of his own players in that, man. He's got a lot of legendary players. Bill Cowher didn't draft Ryan Clark. Bill Cowher didn't draft Lamar Woodley, who I went to school with. There are a lot of players. I can go on and on and on from the talent that he brought in and the culture that he kept. So, no, I disagree with that. He may be overrated in the last 8 years with this streak, but he's not an overrated coach in terms of his totality. Incorrect.
All right. Greg, he's put in some money. Tom Izzo has made his winning speech, the speech that we played earlier today on Tom Izzo really backing his squad, not going against NIL and transfer portal, but saying he likes to do it his way. Freddie Felt, give blood, fight Proby.
Yeah.
All-time fight.
Yeah.
So Freddie Felt in the hunt here.
Those used to be great bumper stickers all over the city.
Yes.
Those were great.
Yep.
CTG Gretty. $20 for CTG.
Woo-hoo!
Long-time listener. First-time super chatter.
Hey,
go Gretty.
CTG,
And go
we
Big
appreciate
Ten this
you.
weekend. So thank you to you. Welcome to the Woodward Sports family. And you're in tomorrow for a shot.
I appreciate that, man. I'm glad we got some new ones in there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
B. Martin is back in for another 20.
B. Martin.
He wants 10 more tickets. He says the unfortunate news about Dame Lillard being diagnosed with a blood clot and only being one game behind the Pacers. Do you think the Pistons can jump to the 4th spot in the East and host a playoff series?
Anson brought up a very good point yesterday. The stretch of games that they're about to face for the rest of the season, it's some tough teams there, and it starts on Friday against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Do I think so? Sure, why not? The momentum is there. They've been playing really good. They sat Cade so they could play them this week. So potentially, but would I bet on it? I don't think so. But remember, the Bucks. That's a team that I always wanted to play.
Yeah.
That was a team that I always wanted to play in this playoff. So if they could.
Now with Dame down, you really want them.
100%. So I think this is setting up for the Pistons. Maybe a little more incentive towards the end of the season.
Yeah, and sometimes as a team you need things to work out for you.
Yeah.
This is one of those situations.
You can't
Nobody's
win a
going to cry if
championship
Cade goes down. I ain't crying if Dame Lillard goes down.
If they win one more game, the Pistons, I think I read this earlier today, they'll be the first team in NBA history to actually triple their win total from the year prior.
It'd be interesting. If Anson was in here today, what he would be talking about with the blood clot.
I was just thinking that.
You was thinking
that was the first thing he texted me.
I knew it.
He texted me on the side.
Bronny, all this.
He's got me texting the shot now, too.
Yeah, 100% the shot. So
hey,
that's right.
You don't know, right? You don't know what you don't know. Burn with another $5.
Turn up, Burn.
Burn with a sawbuck. Which is worse, the Evil Maz saga or the Giants quarterback situation?
So it's
Steelers quarterback situation.
I'm glad he did that. You know what, Pete? Go ahead and throw it on around the NFL and then let Matt take over because I can't wait to get to that.
Right.
I think a lot of
intro.
I think a lot of questions, Maz, were answered.
Let's go.
Big trades, big moves. Who is starting? Who's injured? What does it all add up to? It's time for Around the NFL on Ermanni and Edwards with Maz.
Russ Wilson. Yes, Danger Us. 1 year, $10.5 million with the New York Football Giants. 2 days after they signed Jameis Winston to a 2-year, $8 million deal. If Russell Wilson hits all those bonuses, which he won't, he'll make $21.5 million. So the Giants' room is Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, and Tommy Cutlets.
So everyone knows what this is. And there's another move that happened, so we might as well stack this one away. And it's the Stephon Diggs move. The Patriots pick up Stephon Diggs, 3 years, $69 million. With these two moves, they let you know the first pick in the draft is going to be Cam Ward. The Cleveland Browns are going to take Shedeur Sanders with the number 2 pick in the draft. And then that's why now number 3, who is
the G-Man,
they had to take Russell Wilson because there won't be a quarterback. There's no Shedeur, there's no Cam, and there's no moving up.
Will they take Abdul Carter?
Yes. No.
With the injury?
No, number 3. And that's why the Patriots, who are number 4, overpaid Stephon Diggs coming off ACL. That's because Travis Hunter's going 3rd to the Giants.
Okay.
Travis Hunter I'm being honest. Travis Hunter goes 3rd to the Giants. That's why when we were talking about Stephon Diggs, what did you tell me? I said I wouldn't pay him more than $15, $14 million.
He got the bag here.
Man, he's making over $22 million. You know why? Because the Patriots, they didn't pull the cup. They didn't pull the trigger on Cup. They didn't pull the trigger on Devontae Adams. They didn't pull the trigger on T. Higgins. Maybe they couldn't. They didn't pull that trigger. They let it go down to now. Who's the name on the market? Who's the wideout?
Yeah.
If you're looking for a number 1 wideout, which I don't think you can put the franchise on the back of a temperamental wide receiver in Stephon Diggs, a wide receiver come off another major injury, I just don't see it. But that's why you're seeing it. They paid him because Travis Hunter's going 3rd, because Shedeur Hunter's going 2nd, and Cam Ward's going 1st.
Travis Hunter going 3rd. I saw the best take on that because the Giants signed Jameis Winston. They're like, Travis Hunter is the perfect pick for the Giants because he can play wide receiver on the good throws and defensive back on the bad throws. So he's like the perfect guy to pair with Jameis Winston.
Oh, my God.
But no, I think that's pretty much how the draft is going to go. Abdul Carter, it may be the wild card in there just because of his talent and his ability. His injury may drop him down a little bit, but if you want a defensive lineman, that's the guy.
Wish the Lions would trade up and take him.
Yeah, as long as they get Derek Harmon, I'm a happy man. That's all I care about. And I know Anson put together a little trade yesterday. I don't really care about the trade. I want Derek Harmon on this team. Like, the guy is just an absolute animal to be. And what he does, the pressures he puts on the quarterback, it just seems like a culture fit coming from Oregon, played at Michigan State. Like, everything about this guy screams Detroit Lions. So that's who I'm aiming for in the draft. But, yeah, as far as the top 4, I agree with you, Cam Ward. number one.
I'm just
overall.
glad.
Not even close.
I'm just glad the Lions are out of this position. You know, remember 2021? Remember the nerve wracking that 2021. Well, we can even go back to 2020. 2021 was Penei Sewell. The nerve wracking that was Penei Sewell. Is it Penei Sewell? Is it Micah Parsons? What are we gonna do? Now we got to rebuild after Quinn Trisha left us in the spot. 2022, like 2023 even. We're still like, oh, what's the draft look like? And then you have the 23 season followed by the 24 season. Now we're not worried about the top 5. You know, we're not worried about the 7. We're not in the same predicaments as those teams. Feels good, doesn't it, Tom?
Oh, no. No doubt about it, man. And another super chat from Jared Sayers, our Grand Valley friend. $10. Hey, Stick.
What happened to Subway?
Any chance for a sports trivia contest? The winner gets to come in for a show and would love the opportunity to be included. # I can stump Maz.
I'm totally down with it. Let's do it. Why don't we make that a bid on one of your shows?
Let's put it together.
We'll run a small competition. You used to do it on the hook, remember?
I've been trying to stump the Maz for 4 years.
You had the, what was it, the Make It Home? Remember when you guys were on the hook, the 4 bases they had to get through, the 4 questions they had to answer?
That's right.
Why don't you bring something like that back,
Long time ago.
Yeah. I've been trying to. No, hold on. No, because we are not about to get the super chat of the crowd. I've been trying to get Maz to do Stump the Maz for how long now, Maz?
Since the beginning.
Well, you needed to make a burner and drop $20 in the super chat.
I
got a graphic all set.
I see.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do it.
We even did it one time. Maz was like, it's too hard, Bray. The questions were too hard.
Is that why we stopped? Is that why we stopped?
I did ask some tough. Oh, we had some trivia today, actually.
That was pretty good.
Go ahead, Maz. There's some more.
All right. Got some more around the NFL for you guys. By the way, we got Grand Slam Fest tickets coming up.
Yeah, buddy.
I'll let
Opening
you know.
day, baby.
I will let you guys know when to
that
text
chat
in
ready.
on the chat. Somebody's walking away with 2 free tickets to our party on opening day. Here's one for you guys. Your favorite player, Aaron Rodgers. Word on the street. Word on the street. His decision will be coming down any time now. And I guess it's the Steelers or retire.
Cares.
I was going to say, what decision? He's not left with anything.
Well, it's the Steelers.
The book's out on you, Aaron. You're a cancer to every team that you go to. Your power-hungry ass isn't going to fit in anywhere in the NFL because you no longer have the skills to back up the diva attitude that you bring inside a locker room. So that's why you're left with picking the Steelers or retirement. And that's where you are. The Jets tried to play your game. They brought in Alan Lazard. They did everything you told them to do, and they were worse off. They ended up firing their coach, Robert Saleh, Dearborn native, who we all know and love. So you screwed over a Michigan boy in this process. I hated Aaron Rodgers before. I really hate him now. And I hope he retires and then lives in a camp somewhere and does a show with Pat McAfee. I don't care what this guy does in the future. He's not a great contributor to the NFL anymore.
What I would say is I told Maz is just, you've seen who Aaron Rodgers is. Yeah. And you saw Green Bay let him go in 2021 or when they
3 years ago. Yeah.
When they let him go, you saw the writing on the wall. They let him go because he still was good because last time I checked, he won 2 back-to-back MVPs 3 years before that, But like you said, Stick, they were tired of the diva. And then they saw cracks in the armor. We saw cracks that season. Kirby Joseph damn sure saw cracks. He had 2 picks that year. Then they finally felt good to release him. Then you go to New York. And like you said, you just saw how the show unfolded. It was more of Aaron Rodgers doing the things, like you said, bring in my player. Let me get this guy. Let me get this offensive coordinator. I don't like this. Don't let him involved in that. And he blew the organization up. He blew the franchise up, and now our defensive coordinator is gone. So now that you've seen this for the last 5 years, you want to give this guy an opportunity for the Vikings? No, thank you. You want to give this guy an opportunity for the Steelers? Like, yeah, he's the best opportunity now, but I don't want to deal with this because now I got to bring in more guys, and I don't have time.
I mean, you saw it this last year as the Packers, right? They draft Christian Watson. They draft Romeo Doubs. They have a young wide receiver core show up, and what does the dude do? He doesn't show up to training camp. Then what happens? Regular season comes, and he complains that they don't know the playbook. They don't have a rhythm. Oh, imagine that. You don't show up to training camp with your young wide receivers fresh out of college, and you don't have rhythm. So the whole – I'm just over this diva. Like, let it go. The best moment in Aaron Rodgers' career to me was watching him sulk in the draft room. That's all I care about.
Well, I was there that day. That was actually
that was your draft.
I was there. It was pretty funny.
You were already on the plane.
You went through. Yeah, you were popping bottles by then.
Well, I was there when I was there when it first started. What I would say,
he was still impressive.
Yeah, that was crazy.
You were number 3. We know you were there.
Well, I still was around. I'm still doing interviews.
I'm still doing
I was there at the beginning. We know.
Talking to relevant people while Aaron Rodgers' ugly ass girl sitting there staring at him like, "You told me you'd be top 10." Yeah. I know you love him, Maz, but
at the end of the day,
can you admit that I was right?
No, you're not right.
Okay,
you're not right. Yeah, he is a diva, but he's one of the greatest to ever lace him up.
That's so false.
All right. That's fine. Got another super chat for you. Mark Laurent. First timer here. Never been to LCA.
Welcome, Mark.
Get me in that drawing. Jackson Dart's going to fly up the draft board. Will be a top 5 pick.
I do like
totally agree with Braylon. So glad the Lions aren't picking at the top of the draft anymore. Mark, welcome to the team.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Mark, man. And 100%, look, Jackson Dart's moving up the board. Anson talked about it yesterday. I agree, but that's because the quarterback situation, it seems to be the same every single year. You get to the quarterbacks the last 4 years, it's like, dang, all right, outside of these 2 guys, who is it? And then in the 25th hour, here's Kenny Pickett. You know, in the 25th hour, here's Malik Willis. In the 25th hour, here's Zach Wilson, who moves up the board because he has a good day in BYU.
Go BYU. Right?
So that's what you're starting to see more in these NFL drafts. Like, he's moving up because there's nothing there. Man, he's moving up because you need quarterbacks, but they're just nothing. And it's weird. It's a weird space because at no time in player history has there been more access, to quarterback coaches, skill positions, and things of that nature. But I think they're teaching the skills. They're not teaching in game. They're not teaching these kids how to go through their reads. They're not teaching how to be a football player. They're just teaching you skills, the drop back, the pass, or throwing it 90 yards. And I don't care about that flashy stuff. Can you play ball? That's why Jackson Dart's moving up the list.
I got something for you guys. You were talking about quarterbacks. You talked about the Browns, and you think they're going to go and get Shedeur Sanders after Cam Ward goes to Tennessee. Yep. Well, there's a Cleveland guy by the name of Bruce Drennan. He's got a podcast called Bonus Time. Bonus Time's Bruce Drennan says the Browns are trying to trade for Dak Prescott. Give it a listen. Bray, put those headphones on.
Losers do loser things.
Put those headphones on. Let me know when you're ready.
You should have kept Jameis.
Here we go. Bruce Drennan.
Get ready for this one. I got a pretty darn good source within the Browns organization. Couple. I heard since our last show that part of the reason Myles Garrett was so willing to sign this extension for contract, money. The Browns are negotiating as we speak with the Dallas Cowboys for a trade for Dak Prescott. And Garrett got all giddy about it. Why, I don't know. We're not going anywhere with Prescott, even if they pull it off. Newsom's part of it, and draft picks. Now, Prescott has a hamstring injury as we speak, and he may not be ready for the start of training camp. But this comes from a couple of different sources. And take it for what it's worth. If it does come about, remember where you heard it first.
I heard, let's 13 seconds go by. At the end of the day, this is nothing more than
how you fill 2 hours.
Yeah, 100%. At the end of the day, this is just nothing more than an old individual trying to stay relevant. We're coming up with some crazy take, as they're known for somebody to listen to his radio say. There is absolutely no chance that the Dallas Cowboys trade Dak Prescott to the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns don't even have any first-round picks to trade back. That was the whole sexy thing about moving on from Myles Garrett, because you would get draft picks in return, which you gave up for Deshaun Watson, who's still a Cleveland Brown last time I checked. So I just don't see.
They have their pick this year.
Okay, congrats. I just don't see this having any validity. And then also, too, like, where does Dak take you? I don't think this franchise is as bad as people think. I think that there's something there, but Dak Prescott's not the guy, and at some point you got to realize that.
I mean, at some point you got to realize this is part of the charade, right?
Yeah,
we signed Myles Garrett, we gave him $40 million a year, and we promised him we're going to try to find some winners here. So what do? You leak out a rumor or something like that for something that'll never happen. Miles, we tried to get Dak Prescott. Oh, okay. And to me, that's what it comes off as. Just trying to appease your big-time defensive end that you promised the world to that, hey, we're going to be a competent organization. We're going to go try to do something for you. Now they can at least say they tried.
Myles Garrett signed because, one, he had to. Like, they had him under contract, and they paid him $42 million or $43 or what the hell it is. Like, that's why he signed. And then at the end of the day, it's like, hey, look, you know what? $43 million, we'll figure it out. That's what it is. I don't think that it was, hey, let's pretend, let's say that we did that so it leaks out. And I think that's what the Lions might have done. I think that's what the Lions did. But, nah, I just can't see them going to get Dak Prescott. But then again, bad franchises with bad front offices, they consistently do bad things.
Is it still the same ownership for when you were there?
No, it's different. But this owner has his fair share of foul-ups, most notably Deshaun Watson's contract. But no, it's different. But it's the same. They just can't get it right. Time has away. But
you know what? We're going to go to the break. We got more coming back after this. But I am going to throw it out there. Stick, give me a number between 1 and 10.
7.
The 7th chatter right now to text in. Grand Slam Detroit Festival is going to our opening day party down at the Detroit Opera House. We're going to be out there, guys, all day long. It's the Grand Slam Festival, the biggest party in the D. Do not miss out. Check it out, GrandSlamDetroit.com. Number 7, Pete's going to count you down.
Sir.
7th one to write in Grand Slam Detroit. You're our guy, and you're going to go, and we're going to hang out with you. Are you spinning records? There, Stick.
I am emceeing. I don't spin records. This man to your right does.
Ricky's going to be there.
Did you get on the bill?
Nah, Godfather hasn't answered my call.
Oh, you want me to text him?
Yeah.
I want to host a set with you, man.
He told me to call him. He hasn't.
He's been in Europe. He went to Europe.
I know. He's somewhere.
He was in Vegas yesterday for Flavor Flav's birthday.
That's literally how he is. Like, I'll be on the phone with him. He'll be, I'm going out here. Just call me in 2 days. I'm like, yeah, all right.
No, but it's my favorite time of the year. Get to host that party with like 10,000 people at it. And anytime you get a microphone in front of that many people, it's a good time.
Always.
It's a good time. So come party with us, please.
And we'll be right back after we tell you about Dr. Pierce. You know it. He's our guy, Dr. Pierce, Michigan Sports and Spine. He joins us every Tuesday on Big D Energy. He's with us on Thursday. Sometimes he's with us on Friday. You know it. He's our guy. Come and see him. He's here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. Check him out at MichiganSportsandSpine.com, 248-426-9944. Tell him Woodward Sports sent you.
So John effing Lord, he's the winner of the tickets, Maz.
John effing Lord.
That's right, baby.
He's our winner. Hey, make sure you hit me up, Maz at WoodwardSports.com with your true first name and last name, John. Congratulations.
Listen, I'm not sure who, but somebody let the Tigers get hot.
The Detroit Tigers are locked and loaded for another great summer in Detroit. And it all starts downtown at the biggest home opener party in the city. Join Woodward Sports at Grand Slam Festival as we take over the Detroit Opera House parking lot. A big-ass tent for a big-ass Detroit party. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFestival.com or follow Woodward Sports on X and IG for your chance to get in for free. Party across from Comerica Park and hear the roar as the Tigers take the field for the first time in 2025. DJs, food trucks, bartenders, live broadcasts, and more. See you for the Tigers' first home game of the season, April 4th at the Grand Slam Festival with Detroit's biggest party animals, Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
We're celebrating D-Mac Day, man. New D-Mac merch up on the website right now. Shop.woodwardsports.com. Make sure you go get it. Hoodies, tees, hats, all guaranteed to turn heads. Tigers opening days coming up. Get some Tigers gear. Red Wings, they're playing hockey. Can't say they're doing good or bad. They're playing hockey, so get you some merch from them. Lions, we got it all up on the website. Shop.woodwardsports.com. Unlike anybody else designs, go get them on the website, shop.woodwardsports.com. Get you some D-Mac merch, too.
Club. That is a good one.
Thank you. I designed that.
I love that.
That's a good one.
I think I'm going to get that.
I did design both those shirts.
I'm going to get me that.
You want it?
You're going to get me that.
I love that.
I'll get you one.
Hey, I thought of one, too, but it was too late. It was already D-Mac Day, but I thought of Original Grit.
Ooh, I like that.
Original
OG.
Grit.
The OG.
He
Original
is.
Grit.
But D-Mac in the Buddies logo, so it's like original.
There you go.
Yeah.
I know how to get under Maz's skin.
That's easy.
Did you hear what LeBron said?
Oh, I hate that son of a... Honestly, I hate his guts.
The LeBron songs are the greatest thing on the internet.
I heard some of his interview on Pat McAfee. I can't listen to the whole thing because I hate him so much.
Finally, something Maz and I agree on. Oh, that guy sucks so bad.
I hate him. I hate him.
So LeBron James goes on the Pat McAfee show.
What a douche.
Today.
Give me a second on that break. Give me a
It's a
second
new
on that.
interview I saw before that. They clipped it because they actually did the interview earlier today, yesterday. He said that Giannis Antetokounmpo, if he played in the 70s, would have scored 250 points a game, would have averaged 70, blah, 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 blah. I just think LeBron's war with the old culture, like the nuclear, burying the old, burying Jordan's class, burying the early 2000s, burying anything that wasn't LeBron and D-Wade in this new age, trying to bury. I come up here from time to time, and I'll defend certain things, but I won't. This is one of those things where, bro, just shut up. Like, Giannis Antetokounmpo, 250 points, he can't shoot free throws. If Giannis Antetokounmpo plays in the 70s, it is a physical game. He's going to have to. What are you talking about? It's not like he said KD. Now, if KD went back to the 70s, KD might average 60. He said Giannis. And then he said Giannis is better than Dr. J.
He just talks to hear himself talk.
Yeah.
And the way he did it, he's so aloof. He's obnoxious. He's like better than everyone. I mean, what's his tag? King James. Calls himself King James. Yeah. You're a clown, man.
Like, don't get me wrong. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I'm not saying anything bad about Giannis.
He's a great player.
Yeah.
Oh, you got. Go ahead.
You're trying to tell me Giannis wouldn't be able to play an NBA game in the 70s?
Handshake. He wouldn't be able to do it.
Neither
would you. Neither would you.
Giannis Antetokounmpo would have 250 points in a game in the 70s. 250.
And he throw in some curse words in there, too, like he's a real cool sitting back.
Listen, has LeBron ever been about anything but LeBron?
No,
I mean, the dude went to a children's center to let them all know he was leaving the city.
Yeah.
Like, hey, kids, guess what? I'm going to Miami.
Right.
Yeah. Keep your butt in
I
this
feel like
cold
at this point, he's kind of like dad status. Like, he sounds like LeVar interviews back in the day, where it's like, you're just saying ridiculous stuff that everyone knows that you can't beat Jordan.
The problem is he's just awkward and uncomfortable, like in his own skin.
Yeah.
Like dude,
How about the fake book reading?
Yeah,
That's another one.
That's always the best.
You better look out.
Give me your favorite part of the book. All of it. I like the whole book.
Fake book.
No, he'd bring in books
Cover
to
to
games.
cover.
I know what Maz is referring to, and it was the same book every time, and then it never had a crease in the binding.
Right.
Like he just kind of bring in the same book every day.
Yeah, nah.
Contrary to Wembanyama, did you hear about Wembanyama before before a game?
Reading real books?
Reading real books, and I forget who it was that's like, wait, you're actually reading before a game? And he's like, yeah.
Chris Paul, maybe?
I want to say it was like Jokic or something during the All-Star game. He was like cracking on him for reading before the game. It was fantastic.
God help us.
I just thought it was crazy. Look, at the end of the day, when Giannis first came in the game, he was a three-point shooter, remember? He was just talking out there kind of like shooting three-pointers, figuring it out. Like,
Hey.
Anyway, it was just a question.
I know. I'm glad you brought it up. Hey, while we're on hoops for a minute,
do
a little basketball, do Pistons last night. At one point, I looked up, and I went out with a couple friends last night. I looked up at the screen. It was 63-33.
Yep.
I'm like, whoa. By the time I got home, they was down like to 15, 20 points. They went up. They beat the Spurs going away, and the Spurs obviously
without Cade and
I know 122-96. Marcus Sasser had a nice game, career high 27 from Marcus Sasser. You guys on the Marcus Sasser bandwagon? Is he a future Piston?
I've been on the Marcus Sasser bandwagon. Well, honestly, let me rephrase that. Lindsey Hunter got me on the Marcus Sasser bandwagon.
I saw Lindsey last Friday.
Did you?
I did.
Because when they first drafted him, he was like, man, Sasser's nice. He's going to be a nice piece. And I don't think he's ever going to be a star starting guard for us, but he is definitely a nice piece to bring off the bench, especially if he's a change of pace guy from Cade, right? Because you got a big 6'6", plotting point guard that controls the pace, and then you bring in a Sasser who's a little bit faster, a little bit quicker. If he pulls it together on the defensive end, he could be very similar to a Lindsey Hunter.
And last night they did what Bray said. I was surprised. They sat Cade out. I'm like, what's wrong with him? Oh, they kind of rested him up for Friday night. And that's the game we're sending you to.
They're resting up for Friday night, and then also too, look, people, you got to appreciate what you're seeing. I know a lot of people, they looked at the Pistons win over the San Antonio Spurs. They're like, De'Aaron Fox didn't play, Wemby's out for the year, blah blah blah. No, these wins are special because this is when we weren't getting this last year. I don't care who we were playing last year. I don't care who was out. You weren't winning. And now your team is winning, and they're going to be in the playoffs and maybe even move up to a 4th seed. So really appreciate that. I love what they did last night. Hollins is the guy that you're trying to see what he's going to be.
Yeah.
Started last night. Same thing with Sasser. Sasser got off last night. They are looking to get guys experience now and to get guys comfortable because, ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons are going to the playoffs. They're going to the playoffs, so I'm excited to see what it is. And Friday is going to be a great game. Whoever wins this package, pause, you guys are going to have a great time because the Pistons are going to go at the neck of the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I expect everything from JB, Cade, and this team.
Ron Meta World Peace Holland is going to be his new nickname.
Can I
that
add
dude
one
is
little
ready to throw
caveat?
down at all times.
Can I add one little piece? At least I was thinking about this. With the Final Four coming in 2027 and obviously in early April, the Pistons 2 years from now, at that same time, let's just put it this way. If they're in town playing any home games, that's going to be one heck of a weekend, guys. You're going to have a possible first-place Pistons team going for an NBA championship on the final stretch of their regular season in 2027, and then you got the Final Four as well. 2027 in Detroit, guys, is going to be the year of the basketball. I don't know about you guys, but that's how it looks to me.
Hey, another $5.
2027 could be a really good year, man. By that time, what the Pistons are doing now, I anticipate the Pistons being like a finals type team.
With the Final Four, too?
Oh, hey, no doubt about it, man. Made in the USA, $5. LeBum is Ohio soft. Go blue.
That's what I'm saying.
No argument here, my man.
Blue.
No argument here. Hey, I got a little Tigers news for you.
I'll never, not to cut you off, man, I'll never forgive LeBron. Not that I care, but I thought this was kind of funny. Since we're on some LeBron hate today. We played the Dallas Cowboys to open the season, man, in 2008. Tony Romo, T.O., the whole gang, they came up to little old Cleveland. We played them in the opening. Don't you know LeBron came to the game in the Dallas Cowboys T-shirt and was on their sideline like the whole time? Didn't talk to like none of the guys on our sideline.
Yeah, I can see that.
Then we saw him at the restaurant we all used to go to. He tried to speak to us. We was like, all right. No, we good over here, King James.
Unbelievable. I didn't like what he did. Just one more thing. He was on, again, he's on with Pat McAfee. And they bring up Brian
Both
Windhorst.
bums, by the way.
They bring up Brian Windhorst. I'm a big Brian Windhorst fan.
I respect what Pat McAfee does. I don't have to
Hey,
like
I just don't respect him because he doesn't pay up on his bets.
Do you guys like?
Ooh, yeah.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
Do you guys
bums.
like Brian Windhorst? You respect him as a reporter?
Sure.
All right. LeBron really threw him under the bus. He was like, yeah, I hear guys like, Wendy coming on here on your show, acting like he's my best friend. These guys are all a bunch of jokers or something like that is what he said.
Well, I mean,
that bugs the living daylights out of me.
That doesn't bug me because that's how cheesy media personalities are. They all try like, I'm boys with Braylon Edwards, and they may have been at a bar with you twice or something like that, or they've interviewed you 3 times and they think you're best friends. So sometimes I think media people overstep that. There's an old movie called Death Race. I don't know if you've ever seen it with the one they based that off of. It was the
original.
Yeah, with Rock. What's his name? Sylvester Stallone, I believe, is in it. But they have this reporter, and everyone before she interviews, it cracks me up because ever since I saw the movie, I see reporters do it. I'm standing here with my very good friend, and they always act like that.
Right.
You ain't good friends.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, nobody knows Braylon like that in the New York media, but I'm sure there were articles written on him like, my very good friend Braylon Edwards gave me some insight.
Hey, I still got a lot of stroke, man. I love New York, man.
Hey, we got one more break coming up. Then I got some Tigers news for you. All right, I'll tell you a little bit about Mark White and Associates. Dreaming of a new home but feeling the financial pinch? Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's $5,000 that you can keep in your pocket. Call Mark White and his team today, 248-290-8242. Hit him up online as well, markwhitesells.com. Again, that number, 248-290-8242 to make your dreams come true.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
Hey, that's the wrong ad because they are the same color. Hey, there you go. Well, sort of different colors. Anyway, guys, you got to scan that QR code above my head and use that code word over there, Woodward1000, to open up your brand new Caesars Sportsbook account. Tomorrow is Thursday. You got the Sweet 16 starting tomorrow, and you have Major League Baseball starting tomorrow. Coming up next month, you got NHL and NBA playoffs. Scan that QR code. Use the code word Woodward1000 to get your brand new Caesars Sportsbook account. Make a first bet of $20 or more. If that first bet happens to lose, you get your first bet back as your bonus bet up to $1,000. Only, though, if you scan that QR code and use the code word Woodward1000 with your brand new Caesars Sportsbook account, gentlemen.
I need my boy Alexander Zaloni to have a great season, man. Because that knockoff brand in Minnesota, I get tired of hearing about. What's his name? Van Ginkel, or whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah, Andrew Van Ginkel, Minnesota.
Yeah, he's a knockoff.
He's good.
He's a knockoff.
Oh, he's good.
He's a knockoff. The original is right down the street, man. I'm just letting you know.
Hope so.
Letting you know. What were we doing? Where were we at?
I got some Tigers news for you.
That's what. Oh, any good news?
Not really. Tigers sent Jason Foley to Toledo.
We said we'll do it tomorrow.
Our hero last year's hero, Jason Foley. He come in off that bullpen. Him and Tyler Holton shut games down, but Foley's going to start the year off in AAA Toledo, so he will not make the trip with the Tigers. I watched that game last night against the San Francisco Giants. They played out in Pac-Bell Stadium. It used to be called Pac-Bell. I don't know what it's called now. But they look pretty good. I'll tell you who looked good is Casey Mize, and he looked real good again last night. And opening day is tomorrow, guys. The official opening day of baseball is tomorrow. It's going to be.
Where were you watching the game?
Was it in Japan?
That sounds so
No. Tiger. It was 2 weeks ago. I don't count the Tokyo series.
Yeah, but that's technically opening day.
It's called Oracle Park now, Tom.
Oracle Park. Who cares? Anyway, Tigers and the Dodgers. It's going to be ring ceremony day tomorrow. 7 o'clock start. I think it's an ESPN game. If I'm not mistaken.
What are the chances that this is a repeat from 2023, the Lions versus the Chiefs? Ring ceremony for the Chiefs. The Lions, well, they won that year.
I'll take it. I mean, early season wins are going to be important for this team, so they don't have to put themselves what they put themselves through last year down the stretch. So get out to a hot start.
And the Dodgers, I mean, they're down a couple players. They don't have 11 Hall of Famers right now. They're down to like 9. So,
well,
so we'll see what happens.
Do they have 2 series on the road before they come home, man?
Yes.
See, that's what I hate, right? Because they could come home 0-6 before they even play a game.
Yep.
And there's been years downtown like that where people are like, this team already sucks. You at least want them to be 3-3 coming home for opening day.
It'll be nice.
Yeah.
It'll be nice. Schoolboat's getting the ball. Flaherty gets it in day 2. Hey, man, that's as good a 1-2 punch as there is.
But more importantly, on Tigers Talk, Maz, you were down at Comerica Park today.
I was.
You tried all the new food.
I did.
Can you go through some of the new food that's coming at you at Comerica Park?
I can. My favorite part was they have this sandwich. And, of course, they might as well name it after me.
Oh.
It was mozzarella sticks.
Mozzarella.
Melted provolone.
Oh.
Marinara.
Oh.
On a toasted focaccia bread, garlic focaccia bread. I mean, it was outstanding.
Make your elbow
Benissimo.
lock up.
That was outstanding. They also have got some steak. They got new burgers going down there. Lots of good stuff. If you can't eat bread, they've got breadless options as well. And they went over everything that they're going to give away. They're giving away a flannel shirt. Me and Nick did something for Flannel Sam.
Flannel Sam night.
Yep, there's Flannel Sam night. I saw all the caps for all the schools. There's a Grand Valley night. There's a Michigan State night, Eastern Michigan night. So
University of Detroit night?
Pardon?
Is there a University of Detroit night?
There is.
All right, go Titans.
Yes, baby. There's a Wayne State night, Michigan night. So the hats are looking good. The field looks beautiful. Now, what they did on the field.
Here you go, Tomas.
They took away the old keyhole. The keyhole is gone. You know what the keyhole is?
Yes.
It was that dirt patch between the pitcher's mound and home plate. They were the last stadium that had that.
Wait, you can get that steak at Comerica? How much is that? Did they tell you how much it was?
They don't tell you how much it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, here's your $400 tomahawk.
They do not. That is in the club level.
Oh.
You get that stuff.
So I'll never see it.
Well, you can.
They had heated seats. I saw you sitting
believe in yourself.
I'll take you in there.
You got to believe in yourself, Stick.
So the heated and cooled seats are really nice, very comfortable. They are going to be in the new home plate club, which is right down there behind home plate, in between the dugouts. And then the club underneath it isn't finished yet. It'll be done in July. And that is going to be for season ticket holders only. It's a lot of money to get on down there. I don't even know if I could sneak down there.
Yes,
I'm a
you
pretty
can.
good sneaker. So we'll see how it goes. The scoreboard, it looks nice. They took the Tiger script down. I'd rather have it up there.
Take the script?
They said it ran its course, and it's in mothballs right now. It says Comerica Park. It looks clean.
No, that's the
and like I
Tigers.
said, the little dirt patch in between home plate and the pitcher's mound has been grassed over.
Mhm.
So they were the last park to have it. It was called the Keyhole.
No more landing strip.
Yep, no landing strip. Turns out the players did not like it. They did not like it. And the Tigers were the last team to get rid of it. So
they pretty much gutted everything that was unique about Detroit's ballpark.
Thank you.
Listen.
Wait, the flagpole in center field,
Yeah.
they put out because they had to put the bullpens in because left field was too big and people complained.
Right.
Now the keyhole that was unique to us.
What do you think number 1 was?
Dodger Stadium.
Dodger Stadium is number 3.
Okay.
What do you think number 1 is?
The number 1 stadium?
Philly was 5.
Oh, I'm sure they're going to say Fenway or something like
Fenway was 2.
that. Okay.
No, Fenway was 4.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know.
Petco was 2.
Yeah.
1.
McCovey Cove?
Houston?
Wrigley.
Wrigley.
Yeah.
For everything that's around it and for what it does.
Wrigleyville is in
Yeah,
the hood.
Wrigleyville is fun, though.
No, it's right by Boys Town.
I love going to Wrigley.
Dude, you got to stay by Boys Town. Just don't be wandering in the wrong bar by Wrigley. You may have a different experience.
No trip.
Oh, my God. Speaking of different experience. First of all, I don't even play like that. Y'all cut that bullshit out. Nah. I'm talking about that movie. I'm talking about that movie that was talking about the magazine jeans with Jonathan Majors. They always gotta make the brothers on some BS.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm gonna save you. Don't go see
what movie.
Magazine
What's
Dreams.
extreme? It's always extreme. Extremely tough or extremely sassy. It's always either one.
He's both, but the end he ends up sassy.
We never can just be normal.
It's like, why the brother can't just be normal?
He can't just have a
like,
job and come
the
home.
brother got to be the gangster. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
He's got to be gay. You know, he's got to be a
It's always
crooked
an
cop.
extreme.
Don't go see it. Long
Tyler
story short,
Perry.
don't go see it. What you got going on today, Stick? What are you doing?
I'm heading home. Babysitter was sick,
Yeah,
so
heading
wifey had to
home.
take the day off work so I could come in today.
Thanks
so
for hanging with us today.
Yeah, I was going to
There we
leave
go.
work early today, but you hit me up. So I'm going to go home, hang out with the baby, hang out with
Right.
Anna. She's on
There you
spring
go.
break, so
Okay.
just family stuff. Today kind of sucks, but it's going to start warming up. We're going to do some fun.
How's little Joe?
Oh, Joey's the best, dude. Best thing ever. I love my
What a
baby
baby.
daughter so
That's
much.
fun.
She's huge though. Like on the scale when we go get her measured, she's huge. Like she's literally huge,
She's in
dude.
the 99th percentile.
She's in the 99
Right, yeah.
percentile in body fat. She's in the 92 percentile
Hey, watch
in
that.
height, and she's in the 96 percentile in
Fat shame
BMI.
already.
Yeah, BMI, yes.
This baby
Yes.
is just like
Massive.
she's bossed up, man.
Okay.
You gotta get her
Sports
lifted.
in the future, or are you just whatever she wants to do?
Whatever she wants to do, but I'm definitely
thinning
getting a
out.
club and a bat in her hand. And
She's
like,
thinning out. No one in your family is heavy.
Either way, I don't care if she's an ugly girl. You know,
She's not ugly. She's gorgeous.
no, I don't think she will be ugly. But you know, like the uglier the girl, the less guys you have to worry about. So,
Oh, come on.
All
man.
right.
She's gonna have all that
I'm
personality.
gonna
Nope.
save you this one.
yeah, she's gonna have a great personality, man. Just
God
a lot of
bless.
BMI.
Love that BMI. BMI rocks.
She's gonna love Jared.
She'll
Goff.
run it off.
She
She'll
is.
run it off.
Yeah, we pray to the
support
mantle of
Jared
Jared
Goff.
Goff every night.
Look, tomorrow is
Poor kid.
actually today is the last day. Tomorrow is the day. We will find out who is going to the Pistons games, who's going to enjoy that Buddy's gift card as well as parlay. I'm excited. I appreciate you guys for joining in. You know, it's been about 3.5 weeks we've been doing this, so it's all gonna come to a head, and you will be happy when you get it.
I gotta get down to parlay. Joy's place looks nice, huh?
I got a chance to get it's okay. And the cigar lounge is about to open up upstairs. A lot going on, man. Nice. Detroit doing big.
Summertime
things.
in the D.
Oh, it's almost there. We will see you tomorrow, man. Appreciate
you
you guys
guys.
for tuning in. Pete, Ricky, Tom, Stick, Braylon. See ya.
Appreciate everybody,
Peace
but
out.
stick sucks.